Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the HRV Vision podcast. Tonight, I got myself, Hector, also known as CN6. And with me, I got Jazzy.
What up?
And Hav.
Yo.
And tonight, guys, it's a very special episode.
Yeah.
And that is the HRV Awards.
Yeah.
Yes,
2024.
sir.
For 2024.
Our third one?
Yes.
This is the third one.
Our annual HRV Awards.
Yeah.
And also the last episode for season 3 of the HRV Vision podcast.
Yep.
Damn, man. It's already, man. 3 seasons. But yeah, okay. So the HRV Awards, guys. If you guys are new, we do have this point system we're gonna go over. Also, we actually changed a few things. Before, we would have our own personal top 10 movies or top 10 games or whatever that we would have, and then based on those, we would rank them to form a separate official HRV list. And then that would be like the official, like, HRV list, official, blah, 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 whatever. So this year, guys, I wanted to try something different. I mean, let me know if you guys fuck with it. But I wanted to do actual nominees. As you guys know, there are some movies in the industry that come out every year that is very impactful and it's kind of difficult to ignore. But that's not to say that that movie was bad or anything. Maybe, I just prefer this other movie, right? So, and since we already had the concept of, we have our personal list and we have an HRV list, I feel like this is a better way to do it. So we still are going to have our own personal list, but then we also have the nominees, which are movies that we decided that are obviously really great and actually have a certain impact in the movie industry or in the game industry, whatever, Mario's going to go through that, or in the TV series industry. We will have some honorable mentions as well, just because we can't see everything, right? And maybe some of us haven't seen a movie and two of us have, so we'll do the honorable mentions. But so far, all the nominees are movies that, for the most part, we all have seen, except for one movie, which we'll get into that. At least one of us haven't seen that one movie, and we'll get into that. But that's pretty much it, guys. The difference. I'm gonna pass it to Hav. He's gonna explain how the point system works, and basically, take it away, Hav.
All right, for sure, guys. So, the point system. Now, if you guys have been listening to us for a while, you would know that when we did the 2023 HRV Awards, we introduced this point system. And the point system that we're going to be doing for this award show is going to be the exact same as the 2023 point system in the award show that we did then. And that is that we basically took the nominees for movies, best and worst, for TV show. We didn't do it for games. That's the only one that we did not do. But the point system basically is that we place what we felt about the movie in a ranking of 1 through 10. And basically what we do is we incorporate each placement with points. Number 10 in the spot would be worth 1 point, given that it is a movie that we liked this year, but we liked less than obviously the other 9 movies above it. So therefore it gets 1 point. The movie that is in the 9th place will get 2 points. The movie in the 8th place would get 3 points, and then so on and so forth to the number 1 spot, which would total 10 points, right? Which means, theoretically, hypothetically, if all of us put the same movie at number 10, that would have 3 points in total. If we all gave the same movie the number 1 spot, it would have 30 points in total, if that makes sense. We're doing that for best movies of the year, worst movies of the year, and the best TV shows of the year. This year, just like last year, we're not going to have a worst list, but I do have a personal list because I thought we were, but apparently we weren't. So I'll just go over my personal list when we get there.
I just haven't seen that many TV shows.
No, right. No, well, specifically, we haven't seen that many bad TV shows.
Yeah.
That is true. And as far as the, for the TV show, guys, we're actually going to have 5 placements, not 10 like the movies. But it's the same deal. If it's in the number 5 spot, it's worth 6 points, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 from 5 to 1. But that's basically how the point system works. Now, the only category that we did not do the point system in is for video games, and that is because just like every year, whereas we would collaborate and try to create these lists for movies and TV shows, video games we let Mario do, and we just have to me and Hector have to like accept the gamble that Mario does the game's justice. Now, I have to ask, because I don't think we asked Mario off pod before we started recording. last year's HRV pod, Mario, you had a best and worst list of games.
Yep.
Do you have a best and worst this year?
I have a best.
Fuck. Not worse.
Not worse.
Damn.
Not worse.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's fine.
I could give you.
Yeah,
I could
and-
give you games that were bad.
Yeah, that's fine. You know,
not
we
ranked,
could
yeah.
talk about that in a
Yeah.
bit. But actually, I want to dive more. I want to explain a little bit more as to why. Yo, what the fuck, man? 6 Hav, what the fuck? Why aren't you voting for the video games? And the truth is, guys, Hav and I, we just have not played most of these games. Like we just haven't. Mario, on the other hand, has, and you know he's a streamer. Go check him out at Just Jazzy on YouTube and his socials. He streams, so he checks out all the new upcoming games. So he has,
Best as I can.
yeah. So he's played majority of these games here,
Yeah,
and knows their flaws and knows what makes it good or not. So we're essentially letting him take over that. And the reason why I don't necessarily have like a hard time to kind of accept that is because also, as many of you guys know, I also want to build HRV as like a bigger brand as a whole. So think of these lists, the official list for the HRV podcast versus HRV. It's obviously it's a bigger thing in its own entity. And so for that, what I would like to do in the future is incorporate like a lot of people, like incorporate, you know, other people that are really passionate about movies or video games and do the point system with all of them. So it's going to be a more broader approach. That's what I have in mind. So just know that the HRV podcast, HRV Awards, and the official list, right, the nominees are going to be different from the main bigger entity of Heat Ray Vision, because HRV podcast is just a branch from that. And that is why it's perfectly fine to be like, you know what, Mario, go ahead, you have the say for this category, just because, you know, what I just explained. So there you go. Just a little quick explanation.
Yeah,
as to what's
that's
gonna
probably
go
why
on.
we're starting off video games first, because I feel like
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
guys
start
are
off
more,
with
you
video
guys,
games.
the listener, are probably care more about the TV shows and movies, right? All right, but to kick it off, right, like I said, if you guys want to see all the nominees, make sure to follow the Heat Ray Vision podcast. Hector posted all the nominees on there. If you guys don't know, don't worry, I'm about to list them right now, and from 10 to 1 from you. But at number 10,
Actually, real quick, because you mentioned the nominees, another thing too, guys, that I want to do in the future, maybe next year, just because this year I couldn't, just because the crunch time, man, it was like insane, last minute thoughts. I want to do, well, we all agree that we would like to do like what was it, People's Choice?
Yes.
We want to do a People's Choice. So next year, guys, what I would probably do is like do one of those tournament things and have you guys vote what your nominees would be, and like what your movie of the year is, what your game of the year is, what your TV series of the year is. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Just I couldn't do that now just because the amount of crunch time that we had to do to actually put this together, and the amount of time it took me a while to kind of make those posts as well. It took a decent amount of time. But yeah, that's what I like to do in the future. It'll definitely be more fun, and hopefully by then we have more of an audience. That way, like, people could, a lot more people could vote and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, Mario.
Yeah.
Now go on.
No, you're good. Okay, so it's funny that you say like I played most of these. This number 10 I did not play because simply enough, it's just not a genre that I'm into, but it is a genre.
Okay, number
Hobbies
10.
into.
I actually got to pull up the list again.
And that is Tekken 8. So at number
Tekken
10
8,
we have Tekken 8, right? At launch, honestly, it did justice. I would say Hobby probably think it's better than the Mortal Kombat, which came out that year, also last year, right? Mortal Kombat was, from what Hobby's told me and from what I've seen online, obviously, is that it was a little bit disappointing. Not saying necessarily it was bad. It was just like for what people wanted, it kind of missed on it, unlike Tekken 8. But one of the reasons I have Tekken 8 at number 10 is that not that the game's necessarily bad. It's more of a business choice or style or not scheme. They just like a lot of fighting games where they do to keep the game's lifespan longer. They did live service, right? You know, Mortal Kombat does that. They added a battle pass, right? Mortal Kombat, right? Something like that.
No, not a battle pass. They added it in battle pass concept, but you don't actually pay for it.
So in this one, I think they added the same thing where they added a battle pass type of thing. But the monetization for the game got really bad to the point where people would review bomb it on Steam. Like, for example, you know, like maps you fight on, the arenas, whatever the fuck, you would have to pay like separate money just to play in those places, like $5 for every arena, like separately. Like you can't get it for free or earn it like that unless you got it in like a premium edition. You know how you pre-order the game, you get like, oh, you get the season 1, you get that. But if you didn't, you have to buy it. And it got to the point where the reviews got so bad that Bandai Namco, the people who behind this game, said like, we apologize. And instead of making it like, you know what, just for free update, here you go. They said, we promise to bring more value to these packages. Instead of just telling you, man, we're giving you more value. So we're like, okay, that doesn't really necessarily solve the fucking problem. So that's the reason why I have it at 10. It's just that the live service model, they kind of took it another notch, making it more crazy and making it more greedy. So that's why I have it at 10.
Hey, before you go to 9,
Yeah.
I just thought of this right now. Is since we listed off, since we're doing something different, we have like a nominees list. Should we go over the nominees first and then
give the list?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It's fine with me.
Because just in case, like, because what if some people maybe they don't have socials or
No, it's fine. All right, I'll go right now. Okay, so
don't put them in order.
I'm not.
Actually,
I'm gonna mix them up. You do it. You do it. Actually, you do it right now. Because like I was gonna mix them up. I was gonna go in random order. Like I'm gonna lie. Did I say everything?
No. Okay, so at number 10 spot, you guys already know what it is. But here are the nominees for Game of the Year of 2024, and no particular order right now.
Yeah.
And that is Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, Astrobot, Space Marine 2, Balatro, Final Fantasy, what was this again?
Just say Rebirth.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and then Tekken 8. So those are the nominees for Game of the Year of 2024.
And I should also add that these two don't know the list. Since it really was just
Oh, yeah,
my
we don't-
opinion. Unlike the other movies and TV shows, we know the list. This one, they don't know. So these are all going to be their genuine reactions, just letting y'all know. But at number 9, I have Indiana Jones, The Great Circle.
Damn, really?
And you're probably wondering why, because
Okay.
there's nothing really but positive things about this. This is more something that I had to deal with and a lot of other people who own a certain thing have to deal with. Indiana Jones, great game. It's made by Machine Games. Narrative was good. I've seen videos where like graphics look visually look fine. They had small puzzle challenges that were not crazy hard, but like good enough to the point where like, all right, I bet you feel a little bit satisfied doing it and shit. Right, good gameplay. The issue is that this game released on Game Pass, right? Which W Game Pass. It's a great service, right? But it's not. I don't know if it's fixed or not. But at launch, I wanted to play Indiana Jones. I was like, all right, bet. I want to download that bit. I want to play that bit. I couldn't play the bit because for some reason it would not launch on my PC on Game Pass, and it was only an issue that some PC gamers got.
Yeah,
some were able to bypass it, and I tried downloading the safe version, doing all different types of shit, but it would not launch. It literally, I couldn't get past like the loading screen. I'm like, dude, I want to play the game, but I can't do it, and I'm just like, how the fuck have y'all? And you're probably thinking, oh, you only tried the first week. No, I tried a month later. Bitch was not fixed. It was not fixed.
Do you think it's just,
and I was constantly checking Machine Games and Indiana Jones's Twitter to see if they fixed it, and the patches, no mention of it, bro. They're not even fucking mentioning it.
Do you think it had to do with the hardware?
No, because different people were.
No, I know other people were experiencing it, but what I'm saying is like maybe it was only able to run with a certain like.
No,
specs.
my specs are fine, dude. I'm not saying they're the cream of the crop.
They're fine, not good.
Like they're great. They're great. I know what you mean, but like I don't have like below average parts. Like I have above average. They're not like I have good specs. But for some reason, the game just wouldn't fucking launch on my.
Okay, but let's give it its
PC.
flowers, right? Indiana Jones was a game that Mario and I talked about, saying like, "Yo, what the fuck? Why is it in first person?"
Yeah, and I still think, even after seeing reviews and shit, I still think it would have been cool seeing the bitch in third.
I think so too, but I think the way that the game is right now, actually,
it's fine.
It plays really well, especially when they incorporate like scenes from the movies. I don't know if you've noticed that. And
you actually play as Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
and stuff,
dude, it's pretty cool.
It's cool.
It feels like it feels like a classic game, like an older times, but it's still innovative enough where you still have a good time. It doesn't feel dated.
And it makes sense because like these guys, they made the Wolfenstein games.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they made the Wolfenstein games, and those Wolfenstein. I played one of them, and they're bangers. But so that makes sense. That's what I have at number 8.
Damn. Okay.
I mean number 9. My bad. At number 8, I have Space Marines 2.
Damn.
All right, I have
Space Marine
Space
2.
Marines 2, right? Again, this was made. I forgot the studio name, so my bad. But this was made by the people that made World War Z.
Yeah, you can
So
tell.
and it makes sense because
You
even
can
when I
tell.
when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, yo, that gameplay of the I forgot what the monsters are called. You know what they're called because you have the game.
The
Threads or some shit like that. Tyranids.
Tyranids. Something like
Tyranids,
that,
some shit
yeah.
like that. The way they move, like when they all coming at you at once, I'm like, dude, that reminds me of World War Z, which
me
I
see.
still think is a very slept-on game. I know it wasn't the best.
World
at
War
launch.
Z?
Yeah,
It is slept on. World War Z was
wasn't
fun.
listen, it wasn't the best at launch,
No.
but now I think it's a lot of bang for your buck. So you ever catch it on sale, buy it. You're not gonna regret it.
Here's what's interesting though. World War Z, it was actually fun and like,
Mm-hmm.
sure, did it have some couple bug issues? I mean, yeah.
I don't think it
but
was worth the amount we paid for it though. At launch,
How much was it?
it was
again?
60,
50?
60.
It was full 60.
Full 60.
Well, I thought. I mean, okay, that's fair. To me, it seemed like a $40 game.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean,
Yeah, it
we had a
was.
lot of fun. The maps were actually pretty cool. The hordes of zombies was
Yeah,
cool.
man.
I think the issue that like our
Not a
biggest
lot of
critique
content.
was the content, and they were slow on that.
Uh-huh.
But okay, let me ask you this then, Mario, because we're talking about not enough content, a lot of it's very like repetitive, right? You're constantly playing the same missions, but yet if you think about it, there's older games that is like that, but yet people are able to go back to it and play a lot. For example, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, that's true.
If we look at those games, it's the same maps, not that much content for what it is. I mean, it's been like how many years? Like 14 years or I forget how many years.
I think
but
it's
people go back to it, and it's like, yo, it has that replayability factor. Versus with World War Z, I feel like once you complete everything, you kind of like, okay, I got
think
the gist.
The reason why it's like that is because
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead was kind of like groundbreaking for what the game was.
Yeah.
And not only that, people can go back to it because it's kind of nostalgia based.
And there's multiplayer, like there's
multiplayer.
PvP they could go back to.
And if you look at it, Left 4 Dead, bro, is a really great game even now. Like if that bitch would have come out now, I think it would get good to great reviews. I'm not even fucking with you. You know what I mean? Like if you look at how the game was developed, I remember you showed me a video where it was like because this is around the time Back for Blood came out, and you're
Oh
like,
my
bro,
God.
Mario, look at this video, bro. They lied to us. And I remember that I was like, wow, like, holy shit, the amount of detail they put in Left 4 Dead.
Dude, Left 4 Dead was man. Left 4 Dead was my
man.
shit. It was fun, but like I'm just bringing the argument is like, yo, people could look at Left 4 Dead as another like repetitive shooter, especially if you like played all the maps. You know? Same thing with World War Z and even Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood is kind of the same thing too. You just play these maps, but the problem is I think
it gets worse.
It gets worse the more you play
like,
it, and I don't know. It's super weird. Left 4 Dead does have like a unique charm to it where it doesn't get stale, even with the gun variety. Because we're gonna be honest, man. I think the gun variety in Left 4 Dead is not like
it's not the greatest.
It's not the greatest, right? Left 4 Dead 2, they stepped it up, right?
Yeah.
But my point is like it's super interesting how these
I think the
older
narrative-
games people are able to replay and ignore the repetitiveness. But then when it comes to World War Z, they're like, oh, it's too repetitive. I can't play this again. Like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
I know what you mean.
Anyway,
But okay,
back to,
so at 7, and honestly, this one is just I'm giving it respect, right?
Okay,
Because I can't really give you a negative with this one. Because I'm just like, even when I was doing my research, I'm like, all right, I can't give this a negative, but I'm not gonna rate it any higher than in any of these games.
Interesting. Okay,
And that's
well,
Balatro.
Oh,
All right,
Balatro.
listen, I got this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is solely here at 7 for respect.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I get it's a card game, but it deserves respect for what it's done.
Yeah.
I think you can make I don't know how many decks. You know, like a Magic the Gathering.
I saw.
Imagine in
you
this
can
game,
make like
bro.
over
And it
100.
looks fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You can
I'm
go
not
over
into
100
card
decks.
games. This game made me like, you know what? I kind of want to check it out, just to check it out. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm gonna fucking fall in love with everything, but it got me to the point where I'm like, you know what? Let me check it out. So one of these days, I'm gonna fucking buy it, and you know what? I'm gonna fuck around. Let me play the bitch, right? And the fact that it got me to do that, a fucking card game, says something about it.
Because what's interesting is that as obviously it was developed by one person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the fact that it's a poker game, a traditional game that we all know, but this person was able to make it into a roguelike where you're able to do deck buildings. There's different types of effects when you play certain cards, and it gets to the point where it's kind of like addicting, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really,
And that's where the replayability comes in.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
fact that
Oh,
it's made
for
by
sure.
and the fact that it's made by one person just makes you realize.
and the
like,
price,
damn.
you can't go wrong with the
Yeah.
price.
How much was it? Like 20?
It's 10. I think it's $10.
Yeah, it's cheap as fuck.
It's $10
yeah.
or so.
So
You
yeah.
can play it anywhere. I think you can play it on your mobile devices, PC.
Yeah, literally anywhere.
I
It's
think,
really
yeah.
accessible. But yeah, it's here at 7 solely for the fact that I'm giving it respect. I didn't want to put it at 10. I'm like, nah, bro, that's too disrespectful for the fucking thing for what it did. So yeah, okay, at number 6.
Oh shit!
This motherfucker might hate me in my head right now.
What do you mean, girl?
At number 6.
What'd you put number 6?
I put Silent Hill 2.
Damn.
And the sole reason, here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. Great narrative. I think that's my number one thing with Silent Hill 2 is that the narrative is fantastic. The graphics are great. Voice acting phenomenal, right? But the one thing I said even in the review, I said, man, this gameplay could get really stale. Right?
Okay. I mean,
all right. And I'll bring this up in a later placing.
Yeah.
In a later placement of another game, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I put that game above Silent Hill.
Okay.
Right? I think it's worthy here at 6 because at the end of the day, I didn't feel right putting a remake that went about it like this above these other 5 that were new, did something breathtaking, and they innovated in some sort of way.
Okay.
So 6, I truly do believe I think is the perfect spot for me in this game because I'm trying to be objective. I can't really be, show my favoritism because if I just did games that I solely played, Silent Hill will probably be number 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. But I think 6 here is the perfect spot for Silent Hill 2. At 5, I have Black Myth Wukong.
Okay.
All right? At 5, and the reason why I have it here, because for those of you who don't know, Black Myth Wukong is like a Elden Ring light. It's the easier version of the game. I think even the dev said or some shit like that. Like our
it's
game's
linear,
easier.
not open world. Elden Ring is open world.
Oh, like kind of in terms of like the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like your health really matters. If you take 3 hits, you're dead.
Souls-like even.
Yeah, there we go. Souls-like. That was the game. I couldn't think of the name. I'm like, what's the game? The next thing in my mind was Elden Ring. Yeah. But it's basically like that. It's kind of more. It's way more linear. It's a lot of cutscenes. A lot of people like to hate on that. But like, it depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I have it at 5 is that. I didn't even know this, but the majority of consumers of Black Myth Wukong were apparently on PC at first. And at some point, if you played on PC, you got to a point in the game where you couldn't even progress because of how poorly ported it was at that point. Like you couldn't. It was choppy. Like you couldn't because like, dude, how am I gonna play this game if it's performing this bad? And that's why I have it here at 5. All right. At number 4. I feel like I perfectly placed it. All the one I feel like on this one, this is the right spot. I put Helldivers 2.
Damn.
Now Helldivers 2 for the beginning of 2024. I think it was after Pal Worlds. Which came first, Helldivers 2 or Pal Worlds? Pal Worlds. I think it was Pal Worlds. I think it was right?
Pal Worlds.
Yeah, just like I came after Pal Worlds, right?
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 took over the gaming scene. Fucking had a fucking grip on the community like no fucking other, right? And it was great. And the one thing I love about fucking Helldivers 2 is that it made me look wrong. Because fuck
you, bitch.
The live service.
You didn't see the vision.
Whenever I see a game and it's doing the live service model, I immediately don't have faith in the game. Like but here, no, pause. I had no belief, and for you say that shit, right? I was right about Suicide Squad. All right.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, motherfucker, my bad. I kind of yelled too loud right there. So I apologize for that. But Helldivers 2 did everything right, bro. It changed the game because they went from top down, from what Hector told me, it went from top down, right, to a third person behind the back. And I think that was the best choice they did, obviously, right? The gameplay was so immersive. I'm talking so fucking immersive, bro. You really feel like a goddamn soldier. How when you're playing and there's fucking these, I forgot the name of the people, the robots and the aliens, and they're just around you and there's never something standing still, if that makes sense. You always feel like something's going on around you where you feel like you're in an actual war zone. And it's so awesome. And the effects when you call down a missile or a fucking airplane strike or when you use a grenade, the sounds, the guns,
even the sound design,
all that shit, bro. Everything is amazing, and that's how you should do
the microtransactions.
I was gonna get to how you do a live service games where obviously you depend on people giving you money to make your game profitable. Is that everything in the game, cosmetics, everything you can get by playing the bitch, and it's not grindy as fuck like Suicide Squad. It's not grindy as fuck. Right? Literally a couple hours, I'll bet I can buy that gun right there I wanted. All right, I need how many credits? 160? All right, I can get that easy. Just a couple missions, and boom, I got it. Everything.
And they do have battle passes, but like it's a type of battle passes where they don't go away in a certain season. Like you can go back to
you can always go back to it,
battle
bro.
pass you want.
And this is how I think any game that does live service should do it, where it's like, if you're gonna buy everything, make it accessible to people who don't have money, and don't make it extremely grindy, just so you can encourage people like, fuck this grind. I'm just gonna give you $20 to buy it.
Fuck, like for me personally, I think those Helldivers 2 was up there with like my game of the year with like Silent Hill 2. And another game as well. And actually, go check out our Helldivers 2 review. Mario and I did a cool review on that. I went low-key crazy. Mario even said, like, damn, bro, you really like this game. I broke it down, the good and the bad, and also I did comparisons as well, because I actually went back and I played the first Helldivers game. And I talked about that as well. So go check that out, guys. Helldivers 2.
I guess the only negative I can have, and really the only negative, and I don't think it's a big one, is that they kind of killed their own hype, their own momentum, where they nerfed a lot of the shit that made their game great. Like, they made guns weaker and other shit I forgot, but mainly the gun shit. That's why people, kind of the hype went away. It's like, bro, it's taking forever to like kill this monster or kill this robot, and so they killed the momentum. But they bounced back though with the recent update. You called this in that pod, that third species,
fuck, what do they call them?
I don't know. This is you, but I don't know what they're called. I don't remember what they were called. But there's in the original Helldivers, there was a third faction.
Yeah, there's a third faction.
In the review, Hector called it, at some point they're gonna bring this faction back, and Hector was right.
The stratagems,
and
the cars,
new stratagems. So they're bringing that hype back. So the game's still very much alive.
Dude, when I played the first Helldivers, bro, not like it's a type of game that like I normally wouldn't go for, especially like high school me.
Yeah,
I would not go for it. But I'm like, dude, you know what? Helldivers 2's fire. Let me check this game out because it's top down, bro.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. I had so much fun with it. I was playing with some friends, and I think I gave. I also did give my rating on that. I think I gave it a 9.
Yeah, 9 or 8.
I really, dude, it's an excellent fucking game. I love it. You guys should go out there and actually play. Give it a try. I know you maybe some people might not like the top down, but I promise you, it's really fun. Give it a shot. And dude, there were so many different stratagems in another whole third faction.
Yeah,
and I'm like, whoa, where's all this in Helldivers 2? And that's where I said, I bet you money, man, they're going to introduce the faction and all these new stratagems and updates, because honestly that's the only way able to like kind of have a sustainable audience,
like a long
is by gradually dropping shit rather than just dropping everything.
And the thing, they gave you enough at launch, because the game's not a full 60 or 70. I mean, it's like, what, $40?
It was $40, man. That's another thing too.
So that's another thing. They didn't overprice their game. If it came out for a full 70, you'll probably be like, for 7, like, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's worth at launch 70. No, they were smart.
Yeah.
And they really, no, guys, we don't have enough content to retail this bitch at 70.
The Illuminates,
there we go. That's the third faction right there.
That's what it is.
They released it. They were smart. They say, we're not going to fuck over the goddamn consumer, the gamer. We're going to release it at 40. Smart. Just if you think gamer friendly, bro, your game's gonna come out or be received well. Obviously, if it's a shit game, you're probably, even if it's gamer friendly, it's probably still gonna get shit on, right? Yeah. But I have Helldivers at 4. At number 3, I have from here on, I honestly have no negatives for these 3 games, because this is top 3 territory. At this point, it's just, where do I think what outperformed or what was better than another game, all right? At number 3, I have Final Fantasy 3.
I fucking knew it. I knew the top 2 were going to be those 2, bro.
Right, listen. Now, you're probably... Final Fantasy, just like Silent Hill, is a remake.
Yeah.
But here's the reason why.
No, you know what's interesting about Final Fantasy? It's not like a full remake. It's like
it's like part of it, right?
It's super... I don't know what it is.
It's part of the... I think I know what you're going to say, but yeah, go ahead.
It's like a reimagining of the game. You know what I mean?
Dude...
It's a reimagining, and that's literally what it is, not a remake. And the amount of things that they improved on, bro,
and added,
dude, it's like,
and that's why it's in my top 3.
Yeah, it's something you can't ignore.
Yeah,
man.
That's why it's kind of where I it did what Silent Hill didn't do in terms of gameplay.
You a bitch, man.
Where I was like, I wish it could just kind of made it more entertaining in terms of gameplay.
I get it.
This is where Rebirth took that risk. And it paid off. They took the risk, and it could have backfired.
What's crazy is I'm kind of glad Bloober Team did not take that risk. No, I know.
Because I said, like, for OG fans,
played it safe.
For OG fans, they're like, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna make the OG fans happy, right? That's true. But for newcomers like me and Hob didn't really care that much. For me, it got to me, right? Where I was like, all right, I just wish they would have innovated more with the gameplay. That's where I feel it gets stale.
Yeah.
They took that risk in Final Fantasy and it paid off. And look, it's top 3. It got nominated a bunch from many notable journalist websites or whatever you want to call it, right? And that's why I have it at 3. It's like, I never played Rebirth, but I want to play the one that came out before this and this game as well, because I've heard nothing but fantastic fucking things about both games, not just this one, both games.
What I thought is like it was like a story, like a timeline they have to go by, but no, apparently every single Final Fantasy game
it's like
is its own thing.
It's kind of like Far Cry, where each Far Cry game is its own.
Dude, with Far Cry, I remember I only played.
Far Cry, it's not great anymore. It's just,
well, listen,
I call it Far Cry is my guilty pleasure when it comes to video games.
Okay.
Because I like it because like I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm getting a really cool sandbox.
Yeah.
With a unique villain. And a bunch of wacky ass shit. Like it's the same thing every game. Sandbox. There's outposts. Clear the outposts.
No, and look, I wanted to talk to you about that because Far Cry is like another well-known type of franchise that people love, right? The only Far Cry games that I remember playing was Far Cry Instinct on the original Xbox.
Oh, that one. Damn, that one.
Dude, that was the only one I played. I've never played Far Cry 4. 3 fucking, and was it a Far Cry 3?
Yeah. And that's the one people love the most.
And 5 and oh yeah, you're right. Whatever, right? Here's the thing. So last year, because we're recording this, guys, in 2025. In 2024, I actually did not beat it, but I did play Far Cry 4.
Oh wow.
Far Cry 5.
Oh yeah.
And that's because I was in my trophy hunting era. I was just trophy hunting and shit, fucking around. And dude, and I think Far Cry 3. And one thing I noticed, and I messaged you, Mario. I messaged you this. I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like, why is it the same thing? And you're like, what do you mean? Bro, you're some guy that gets kidnapped or whatever. You wake up in this huge sandbox. The gameplay loop is the same. You're clearing out towers and you're clearing out outposts and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you, Mario, like, dude, that's what Far Cry is. And personally, bro, like okay, fine, that's what Far Cry is, but I feel like, damn, doesn't it get kind of stagnant? Like,
dude, why do you think I call it my guilty pleasure? Because I know it's not, dude.
It's the same shit.
The only thing it's different is different story and different villain. That's
exactly.
Legit.
No, but here's let's be real. Like sometimes the villains kind of act similar,
hit or miss,
and like their motives.
The villains, bro.
I thought the villain, I think it was Far Cry 5, like the weird cultist guy.
The father.
Is that 5? I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, oh shit, okay, cool. We're like in a.
That's my second favorite.
Yeah, we're like in a cross country type of
Montana
area. Yeah, it's like okay, like that's pretty cool. And then Far Cry 4 was like
that was
in the hills of like
the Himalayas or some shit like that.
Yeah, like some weird forest type shit. And then Far Cry 3 was what, like an island or something?
You're an island. You're literally just like a young adult in the early 20s, and you're on vacation.
And then Far Cry 6, I have not dabbled in
that's
at
the
all.
One you're in,
but I'm assuming I'm assuming it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's just with Gennaro. I forgot his fucking name. Javi knows what I'm talking about. But
Gus Fring. He's the guy that plays Gus Fring.
And the rumors are, it came out a while ago, for the next Far Cry villain, they were saying they were going to get Cillian Murphy. And I go, if that's true, raw, but I don't know. Why would that motherfucker do a video game, especially
Mario,
Far Cry?
But what do you think of that trope?
What
do you think about Far Cry being the same thing every...
It's the same shit every game. I tell people, like, listen, bro, the Far Cry games it's the same shit every game. It's same formula, just different story, different villain.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those where like I kind of want a game that's just it's the same thing like that because I like that formula, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it gets repetitive. But that's why I always call it that Far Cry is my guilty pleasure because they never innovate.
I'll admit they were fun when I was playing them. They're fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the way you're traversing throughout the world, like with the gliders and the motorcycles. It's first person. Like I'll admit
there's wacky guns. There's wacky side missions.
Yeah.
It's just one of these where I'm like, man, I know this is not anything special, but it's like. It's also not anything terrible, also, if that makes sense. You know
One thing for sure too, bro, is when I played. When I was trophy hunting, there were some trophies related to the online multiplayer in Far Cry 5 and in Far Cry 4. Dude, I'm gonna say this right now: Far Cry 5 multiplayer is fucking dog shit, bro. Mario, I don't know if you remember if you've played it.
I never know,
dude. It's absolutely horrendous. So look, Far Cry 4 multiplayer works like a typical multiplayer. You have certain modes. You queue up, you're waiting for lobbies, boom, let's go, right? Yeah. Far Cry 5 is such a weird aesthetic. They have like an arcade aesthetic. It's called Far Cry Arcade or something.
Yeah.
And that's the multiplayer. You go in and the music is like arcadey and it's just like an arcadey vibe, but there's no modes that you can just choose like King of the Hill, Team Deathmatch. There's nothing. There's none of that. What it is, bro, is like a hub of like different game modes that other players made.
Oh, it's like a sandbox type shit.
Yeah, and it's
you
super
play
weird.
those
And so you're
modes.
like, okay, like what game do I want to play? What, Cops and Robbers? The fuck is that? All right, play. And it's just like it reminds me of Halo Forge.
Yeah.
So where people are able to make their own game modes,
Yeah.
like there's racetracks. They made like zombie maps. It's kind of like what Fortnite and Roblox is, where people make their own worlds, and
Yep.
whatever, and game modes.
Yep.
Dude, I did not like that because I'm like, yo, number one, you can't find people.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, how do I play with people?
No one,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what the fuck?
no one
How do I
here.
find people, bro? Nobody's on this shit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrendous. And like some of the modes were just boring as fuck. Like, and it was just.
Yeah.
It was just shit,
yeah,
bro.
I
It was
never-
bad. Far Cry 4 multiplayer though,
Uh-huh.
that shit's fun because it's the typical multiplayer. Yo, you have clear outposts. You have certain certain game modes you just play. You're put in this huge map like sandbox, and you're out there fighting and killing people, capturing posts, like kind of like Battlefield.
Yeah.
Like it gave me that
Yeah,
Battlefield
I know what
vibe
you
where
mean.
like. You see people in gliders and like and trucks and shit.
Oh,
It's
that's
okay,
cool, yeah.
I'm like, okay, bet this is lit. Far Cry 5 multiplayer it's not simple at all. It's actually butt
Yeah.
cheeks. I'll show you maybe later, Mario. But
Yeah, I know what you mean.
anyway,
bro.
moving on from Far Cry.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when it comes to Far Cry, I just play for the story.
Yeah,
campaign,
okay.
Or co-op.
I'll admit it's fun though. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I know.
It's fun. It's
I'm
a
waiting
fun
for Far
game.
Cry 7, man. But all right.
Yo, so I brought up Final Fantasy Rebirth, bro, and
Yeah.
apparently it is the second installment of a
Yeah.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but the trilogy is a remake of Final Fantasy VII from
Yeah, so-
1997.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
like a reimagining thing. I don't know.
So
it's
I'm
super-
confused. Like how I have never heard
Uh-huh.
of.
they're doing it in like parts of that game.
Yeah,
That's how
I'm
they're
like
doing
I've
it.
never
Yeah.
heard of
It's never
putting
been
out
done,
three
yeah.
games remaking one story.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that-
know. It's weird. It's weird and it's like a reimagining. It's crazy, but they made it work.
Yeah.
That's so strange though.
It is.
Like if it's one story, like
Yeah.
imagine if Silent Hill 2 got 3 separate games that remade its story.
Yeah. Dude,
What the fuck?
It's weird.
Don't you
man.
feel like you're getting scammed? Like what the fuck? I'm
Well,
paying
not really. 'Cause
times.
you get a lot of. You get a lot.
Wait, okay.
Of
To be
shit.
fair, the OG Final Fantasy games, bro, they're old as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And like at there's a certain point where like
And they're
you could
turn-based, I
just
think.
scrap it or like not scrap it, but more so like, you know what? I'll just take this full game and just incorporate it to this game, just because it's so minuscule and like it's not like groundbreaking, just due to the technology that they had back then and stuff. You know what I mean? Versus where if it was like I don't know, it was like Silent Hill. I feel like maybe it wouldn't have worked that well because I think it worked well as a standalone game because it was in 2001, I believe, or 19. It was 1999 or 2001, I think, or 2000. No, wait, fuck, I forgot what year. No, 1999, I think, for Silent
Yeah.
Hill 1, and then 2001 is fucking Silent Hill 2. I'm
Yeah.
tweaking. So around that time, we had powerful technology enough to where they were able to make like a standalone game versus like back where Final Fantasy was a thing, bro. Like imagine like what the fuck. It kind of reminds me of like how do I explain this? Like have you ever played Daggerfall or was it Daggerfall or Arena from Bethesda, part of the Elder Scrolls?
No.
Their first ever game I think was
Only
the Elder
PC?
Scrolls Arena.
Was it only PC?
Yes, it was only PC, and it's a typical. It looks like pixelated. It looked like Doom, like
Oh, okay.
classic
Then yeah,
Doom.
I know what you mean.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
So games like that, I feel like there's a certain point where it's like really old that you could maybe take that full game that was
Yeah.
out at the time and maybe use it to make a bigger game or add on to a different game. And I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what they did with
Yeah, they're just taking that
With
game
Final Fantasy.
and doing it
Right?
in parts. They're doing it in parts, and well, the thing is why they're also doing it like that because they're adding shit to it that wasn't in the original game.
Yeah, so they're like expanding on it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to get at. It's like
Yeah.
they're like expanding on it to make
And
full-length
they've hit
games.
back to back now, so it wasn't a one-time thing. The fans
No,
are now
right.
expecting that third part, and I'm assuming the final part to officially end the game's
Yeah.
overall story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I heard that this game came out this year, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm like, what? Didn't that already come out? I was actually confused. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Final
yeah,
Fantasy
yeah.
VII. I'm like, I remember they came out with a remake,
Yeah.
because like I'm personally subscribed to like YouTubers who like review media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, Final Fantasy VII, like like, oh, it just came out this year. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I heard a Final Fantasy VII thing come out a couple years ago. What do you mean? So I was always confused, but now researching it makes sense. They're splitting the story into 3 parts in the remakes.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
I know it's 3 parts for a single game. Yeah, it's weird. When I
that's
first
what I'm
heard,
saying. I'm
I,
like, for one single story.
Too. Yeah, I know. It's
what
confusing.
What the fuck? Imagine if they remade the first Halo into 3 remakes. That'd be
lasted
hella years.
No, but that's my point. Like, imagine like that game that when it came out during that time, it's so minuscule and like, dude, I could do more with the technology that we have now.
Yeah,
so they wanted to expand it, and that's what they did.
Yeah,
and it's that risk that they took, because they could have done that and be like, they missed and be like, yo, this is trash, and they lose millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But no, they hit on it. All right,
but like I said, for Silent Hill 2, it wouldn't make sense because during that time, the PS2 was out. My God, you know what I mean? The PS2 was so revolutionary. People were actually able to make games to the point where, like, yo, these graphics are crazy. Motherfuckers looking at GTA San Andreas, yo, this shit, this is real life, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all saw that meme, but like, there's a person interviewing some guy. And the guy's like, the person's like, yo, what do you think of the PS2? Like, hey, man, it's unbelievable, man. It's like you're standing 6 feet away, like from real life. and they show a clip, and then they put a picture of CJ from San Andreas. I actually do have it. I'll show it to you guys.
That's funny.
Keep going, Bart. I'm actually gonna pull it up right now. I'll show it to you.
Okay. All right. So
look, I'll show you how.
At number 2. Oh wait, hold up. I don't want to say it.
Okay, I found it. Here's the thing. I posted it on the Heat Ray Vision Gaming Instagram. So go check that out, guys. It has 1.9k likes.
Wow, for real?
Yeah, it does.
Damn.
So go check that out, guys. I plan on posting, funny gaming memes on there or whatever. But yeah, here's the video. So go check this out. Look out. Check this out. She's like, hey man, if you're standing away from him 6 feet away, it almost looks real, man. Fuck yeah. And it cuts to a picture of just CJ from San Andreas with a minigun. but dude, it was like that, dude. It reminds me of when we were young, when we were like, how old were we, man? When GTA 4 came out.
Yeah.
So we have our older cousin, he got that on release, and dude, I remember being like blown away. I'm like, yo, GTA 4 looks the graphics are crazy. This shit looks real as fuck. Look at the mechanics when you fall down. Like, it was crazy. But now looking back at GTA 4, you're like, oh, interesting. Like, okay, it's not that as great as obviously we have now.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting how far we have evolved, man. But anyway, okay.
All right, so
that's number 3. Oh, here it is, man. Here it is.
So obviously at number 2, we only have 2 games left. We have Astrobot and Metaphor ReFantazio. Right? It was very hard to come down between these two. I was going back and forth a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I finalized the order legit last night.
Okay.
But I think I think this was the best way to do it.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. For why I placed number 2 at 2. All right. But at number 2, I have Astrobot.
Damn!
I have Astrobot. And here's the reason why I have Astrobot. Is that on Astrobot, it is a PlayStation exclusive. And not only that, it kind of does rely a little bit on nostalgia. And that's in terms of the references it makes in games. Because obviously, Javi knows what the fuck I'm talking about. There's games in there I didn't even fucking recognize.
Okay.
And I want to say it, but you're playing it, so I don't want to spoil it for you. But remember that comment we have about the last I was like, what is that? It's like, bro, apparently it's this old ass game, bro. And I was trying to do Javi's voice.
This old ass game, bro.
I don't want to talk like that.
I know he does. I did that. I just did it to be funny. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. That's really the reason why I put it at 2. Like,
really?
Astrobot is an amazing game. It's an amazing platformer. The fact that it's able to do so many levels uniquely and not make it feel repetitive, like you're playing a same level twice, is such an amazing fucking achievement. They did. I'll be honest with you. It plays well. The frame rate's amazing. The graphics are amazing. The fucking trying to get every buy it encourages you to do that, and it's fun to do it, even though if it makes you want to yell at like 1:30 in the morning because you can't get past a certain fucking level. Javi knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I was yelling a lot. But no, man, I think that's the reason why I have it mainly at number 2. is that it is an exclusive, so not everyone got to play. You have to own a PlayStation in order to play it, and the fact that it does rely a little bit on nostalgia because the game was released for the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, bro. So obviously it's gonna have that nostalgia factor in it. And then obviously at number 1, I have Metaphor ReFantazio. I mean, this game I think hit the nail in the coffin in every category: story, gameplay. Obviously, it's made by Alice.
Hit the nail in the coffin.
That's what it said. That's
more like.
Isn't that how it goes? Or am I said the saying wrong?
Hit the nail in the coffin.
Or hit on the coffin. What's the saying?
I think it's hit. I know what he's trying to say.
I know.
Yeah, I said it wrong.
We looked at the same. We both looked at when you said that. I looked at it.
I'm like,
wait,
what?
Wait, what is it then? What is
Hit the
it?
nail in the coffin.
What is it?
It's I think I forgot what the saying is, but it has something to do with like
What you said, bro, is like it's
No, wait, do you know
a
it?
dead ass game.
No, well you.
Like what you said, like it's a nail in the coffin.
Okay, then my bad. I used it wrong. Then.
no, like
Well, that's the opposite.
no, the
man.
saying you're trying to say. I know what I have.
You heard it before. Is what you're trying to say.
No, it's not that one, but
No,
the
but
other
I'm saying
one.
you heard the saying before.
The other one.
Yeah, the one, the
Which
actual right way.
It hits the nail right on the head.
Is that it? Is that it?
I think so.
I think it's that
Wait,
one.
I don't know it either. What the fuck?
No, it's that one. It hits the nail right on the head.
Okay, let's go with that.
Let me see.
Right, but either way,
Brody said hit the
obviously,
nail in the coffin.
what's
said
it called?
I
So yeah, they hit. I think this game it broke a record, right? But I mean, GTA 6 is gonna break it. But it's sold. I forgot like 1 million copies, like week 1 or day 1 of the game coming out. Like it broke fucking records, bro. And like I said, it's not gonna hold it long because GTA.
Yeah, it is. It hits the nail on the head. That's the same.
It's the nail on the head,
think,
alright.
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But either
Not
way,
hits the it's the final what? The final nail. On the
I
coffin.
forgot.
Hit the nail in the coffin.
Hit the nail in the coffin.
I was like, you right.
Hell no. No, that's my bad. But like I said, it broke records. It sold 1 million copies, I think, either in the first day or in the first week of it. So it's breaking records. The narrative I heard is really fucking incredible in this game.
The narrative is actually pretty interesting because it actually tackles like real life world issues.
Yep.
But it does so in a way where it's not saying how like the shit that I hate have, where like a story kind of like the boys like, oh, this is this and this and that, like when it comes to political views, whatever. This one does it in a way where it doesn't necessarily try to convince you one side or the other. It just shows you what is like happening, and like the causes, the negative effects that's happening in the world because of these things.
Yeah.
So
and in terms of that, in terms of characters in the game, in terms of like I've heard that because in Persona there's a thing called fusions, and I'm not gonna go and explain it into it obviously, right? But they redid the way they did fusions, and after seeing it, I go, oh my god, it's like 10 times better how they fucking do it. Oh, not 10 times better, but a new take on it, and I actually can't wait until they see how they implement that into obviously Persona 6 when that comes out, because that's the next game they're working on, and I can't wait. What's it called? But yeah, bro, they
also
hit...
Metaphor ReFantazio is a good game to actually get into it.
Yeah, because it's not in the Persona franchise, so you don't need to
a
play
demo.
other.
I actually have the demo, and I actually
It's
was
like
playing
what 2-3 hours of the game.
2-3 hours, and I think I made it up to close to 2 hours. Because at first I didn't want to play it, but then I was like, no, I gotta play it. But then I have the demo. I'm like, fuck, like is my save gonna transfer? And it does. And I'm gonna be honest, bro, with. This kind of reminds me of Helldivers, where this is the type of game that I would not go for, but what I've played, what I was able to play, I'm like, okay, you know what, this is actually pretty fun, bro. And it's kind of shocking, bro. I'm like, damn, like I kind of like transformed after all these. I promise you, bro.
You like turn-based now?
I promise you, bro.
I know what you mean.
High school me would have been like, yo, get this shit off my screen, bro.
I know what you mean.
This shit whack as hell. I used to fucking make fun of one of our cousins that would play Persona. Like, yo, this shit whack as hell. He's like, yo, I'm rising up this baddie. I'm like, bro, you in high school.
That's funny.
Fuck you mean?
That's funny.
You in high school, bro. Fuck you mean you risen up a baddie, bitch. Like, how can you do it?
Hell, that's funny.
But that's one thing. I never played Persona, but that's one thing I know is that like the Persona games are taking place in high school, and like,
usually all of them,
and the reason why Metaphor ReFantazio is such a breath of fresh air is because
that's not that.
It's standalone, and it's something that the Atlas fans, the Persona fans wanted, and that's a fictional fantasy open type of world, a new universe.
Yeah, bro.
And from what I played, it's actually pretty fun. Well, I say that it's like, yo, do I think it's did I enjoy it more than fucking like Astrobot or whatever? Probably not, but I could definitely see why people liked it a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's something that I think I would continue playing. Like, it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to beat the whole thing. I know it's a long game as well.
No,
isn't it like 80 hours for
Atlas
completion?
games are very.
Isn't it like 80 hours or some bullshit?
My Persona 3 reload was like almost 80.
No, that's insane, bro.
Yeah,
we have and our cousin, he actually Didn't he have like 500 hours or some shit on Persona 400?
300.
He had like 300 hours on Persona 5 alone. It's
Yeah,
like,
bro.
what the hell?
Yeah. So
What is
it's
he
like I'm
doing?
very interested to see
Resident
how long
Baddie,
my
what?
playthrough. I'm
You
really,
in high school.
bro. Like I'm really interested to see how long my playthrough of Persona 6 is gonna. Oh yeah, 6 when that game comes out.
Yeah.
How long that bitch is gonna be? Oh my god. Because
Yeah.
Persona 3 took me like almost like genuinely like half a year to fucking beat, bro. That bitch.
Yeah.
My last session was 8 hours, bro. I said nah, fuck that.
And once again, guys, for people that are kind of upset or whatever, you know, and this is for the HRV podcast nominees and winner, right? Actually, you know, do you want to give like a couple thoughts of what you thought of Astrobot? Because I know that's a game that you for sure played and like, you know, beat through and through.
I mean, I thought Astrobot was a great platformer. But then again, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've always liked platformer games.
Yeah.
That's true. He likes Mario.
I was going to say, like, and this is actually a question that I wanted to ask.
Well, what?
Wait, what?
What? I was just going to recommend a game.
I thought you said, I like Mario, and you were going to make a joke that Jazzy.
Oh, that's funny. No, that's funny.
I was like, let you say the joke. I had a feeling you were going to go there. I was like, all right, he's going to
I'm just not a fan of Mario. But I was going to recommend you another platforming game.
Oh, no, I was actually going to say that I really liked... First of all, I'll give my thoughts before I ask you a question. I thought Astrobot was phenomenal. I thought it was amazing. My first introduction to Astrobot was Astro's Playroom, which is the demo that came free, already installed with every PS5.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I remember being like, this is a lot of fun. This is really cool, because it's like it's a platformer game, which there's a bunch of platformer games out there. Most of them are like indie games, but the most well-known one would be like the Mario games. So like 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Odyssey, which is the most recent one on the Switch.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game. I love that game. This being a platformer, I thought it was cool because like platformer games can be fun and stuff. I would like Mario and stuff like that. But this one was cool because like every level was a different theme. Like, well, doesn't Mario do that? Yes, but Mario always has that feel. You know, the environment's always going to look cartoony. The clouds are always going to have smiley faces on it. The enemies are always the Goombas, the turtles, right? This one, like, the different levels is like every level design is unique.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? The fact that like it uses all of the haptics and the features on the DualSense controller into the gameplay, I thought was really cool. Just be able to like move the spaceship with your controller and everything. I like the nods to the different games. When you collect the bots, you're like, oh, that's from this game. Oh, that's from that game. I thought at first it was going to be nothing but PlayStation exclusives.
Same here.
They started including games from other franchises.
Yeah.
I can confirm no Xbox exclusives. No Nintendo exclusives, but other games that like would just be like to anyone. It would include bots like that as well.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And I thought it was really well done. I will say that while it does kind of lean into a little bit to the nostalgia in the sense that like you kind of have to know who some of these bots are to kind of get the reference. I personally didn't know all the bots, but I could look past that and still say that the game is a fun game because I feel like the game can stand alone on its own.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to rely on that nostalgia to be a good game. I think it's a good platformer, even if you remove that. But because if you're one of those people where like you grew up on PlayStation history, like if you owned a PS1 or PS2 or PS3 or PS4 at any point in your life, or if like in our situation we had older cousins that like had those consoles that we played with, there's a lot in this game that tends to like kind of play on that nostalgia and stuff like that, because really what this game is, it's a celebration of 30 years of PlayStation. And once you kind of fall into that, the rest of the game makes sense. The bots, the certain levels that you play, all that stuff. I thought it was really good.
I mean that, and add on to like the different types of environments or the different types of like items that you use to help you traverse or
everything, like
it's
the power ups, the power ups that you do through the games and stuff like that. It's all very like unique.
I want to
think. Go ahead.
No, good.
I was gonna say that.
You're good.
I was gonna say that I don't remember. I think the last time I had this much fun with a 3D platformer was probably the last platformer game I ever played, which was probably Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. Okay. And I loved that game. That game was really good. But even then, I think I enjoyed Astrobot more than Odyssey, bro.
Damn.
I enjoyed it more. And I know if Arado was listening, he'd be like...
Yeah, right? I was going to say, like, is that platforming games are not even until Astrobot. I'm going to be real. Like, they weren't as popular in the mainstream. If we're going to be honest. I think Astrobot really pave the way for that again, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, look, it could be more than just Mario or whatever. And the game I want to recommend you, if you really like Astrobot, and like, I promise you, man, it's probably gonna be better than Mario Odyssey, man. Fuck, it's Psychonauts. I think I said this to you
I've
before.
heard of that game.
Psychonauts, the first one, I think it's on the OG Xbox, but I think if you have an Xbox One, if you have the Game Pass, I think you could play it there.
Yeah, I think I've
It's
seen it.
backward compatible. It's fun. Obviously, keep in mind it's an older game, right? It's an older game. And then I think it was in 2021.
Yeah, I see.
I think they released Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say they came out with a
And
new
bro, when I played that, updated graphics, it's fucking fire, man. I love Psychonauts. Like, I played the original and I played the second one. The second one definitely was a lot, obviously, better than the first one. And it reminds me of kind of Astrobot, where like it's a platformer, but it's super unique in the levels and the level designs and like your own abilities that you have and use. It's not like Astrobot, where like you jump into a level and they just give you shit. It's mostly the Psychonauts, you have abilities already, and then based on the environments you have to remember, oh, I have this ability, this will help me here, like, and shit like that. Also, it's kind of like open world. I don't know how to explain it. It's not super open world, but it's an area where you could run around and explore and start a new mission and then come back. You can always come back to that area and like fuck around and shit like that. I don't know how to explain it. Super fun game, Hob. I recommend you like it, man. If you like Astrobot or like the Mario platformers, I think Psychonauts is a great platformer. But with that being said, okay, cool. That is Mario's list. Yes, he's the final decision maker.
Top 10 games of the year.
Yeah, and metaphor.
my question. The question
yeah.
I was going to ask you guys. Well, you still have to finish Astrobot, but now after giving a try on Astrobot and kind of getting, well, I guess you already have a feel of the platformer. Would this interest you in trying out Mario games, 3D platformer Mario games? Because it's essentially the same concept.
Yes. I think yes. Personally, I don't know if, like, I played the 2D type of
the side-scrolling ones.
That I'm not sure. I don't know for what it is. For Mario, I was never really interested. The only side scrollers I really like enjoyed when I was younger, and even kind of now, would be the Sonic games.
Yeah.
Or like Contra, Castlevania. What else? Those are the only ones I can think of right now. Like those games. Okay. Oh, Mega Man. I think Mega Man was Mega Man. And I kind of fuck with that. Like, okay, cool. Versus with Mario, I don't know what it was, bro. But like, I don't know. It just didn't really hook me like that.
I get you.
Like the whole enemies and stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I think what bothered me the most, my biggest pet peeve, and I said this to Eduardo, one of our good friends who, loves
big
Mario.
on Nintendo.
Big on Nintendo and loves Mario, is my biggest critique, and even he acknowledges this as well, is the lack of like story and like world building.
That's true.
It's just
That's true. I mean,
it's just a
not,
game. It's just like, oh, here's a new predicament. Like,
so that is true.
Princess Peach is gone again. Like, oh shit.
No, that is true. No, that's true. There is not really a story.
There's no lore. I'm like
Princess Peach always gets kidnapped by Bowser. Bowser's always gonna have some sort of his last boss fight at the end of the game is always gonna be some like big ass thing that you gotta beat. And...
The Super Mario Bros. Movie had more lore.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? And so when I would ask Eduardo, I'm like, yo, bro, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who's Waluigi? I'm like, oh, he's just the opposite of he's the evil opposite of Luigi.
It's like,
how
did he get made?
who, like, where did he come from?
I don't know.
They just threw him in a fucking tennis party. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, like, what the fuck? Or what about this? Like, what about this guy? Like, what's the lore between Shy Guy? Who the fuck is that? Why is there so many of them? Honestly, bro, I don't know. They're just there. And that's what bothers me, I think.
Yeah.
And you guys know this. I love lore.
Yeah.
Lore is
story
my
building.
thing. Where like I love like extensive lore when it comes to movies or books or any type of media. I love it.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm playing a game, I could play. Don't get me wrong. When Mario Kart and Mario Party is fun. I can have fun. That shit's fun as fuck. But when it comes to like everything else, I'm not really interested.
To me, to get more, for you to get more deep involved into it, there's got to be more.
Yeah, and sure, people could make the argument with Astrobot.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, people can make the argument with Astrobot. It's like, well, Astrobot, there's no lore. It's just fucking, missions and shit. Like, whatever. It's like Mario. Sure, but I think the reason why I think Astrobot, I prefer it, is I think it has more of an edge. Where he was saying, with Mario, all the clouds and the type of environment, it's the same type of enemies. Whereas Astrobot, they kind of expand on that, where every single Sure, they have the common enemies, but majority of the level designs is completely different, and the type of stuff that you use is different, and like the whole like the way you see the world is like different. You know?
That's true.
So
another thing I was gonna say
yeah.
is you mentioned it a few times already in the pod. Is that
okay.
there were a few games that you've played this year and just in the last few years in general that you generally would not have played if this was like high school you.
Yes.
Do you think your perception of Mario games, be it side-scrolling or platforms, is like of that same mentality?
You know
maybe
what?
now, since of how much you've grown because of the pod and trying out different things, do you think if you were to give a Mario game, a Super Mario game, another chance, it
Yeah.
being whether it's a platformer or the side-scroller
yeah.
one, do you think you would have a different ideology? Like, would
I
you
think,
probably?
dude, I think so.
You
I
think
think
so?
so because
Because there was a
I
time
wouldn't-
where you thought you
Yeah.
wouldn't be into Metaphor Fantasio type
Yeah,
games.
that's
There would be
true.
a time
Or
where
Helldivers.
or a Helldivers 1 situation, the top-down shit. But you've said that after giving it a shot and being more open-minded than
Yeah.
you were, say you 7-8 years ago
Yeah.
or whatever, it's very different.
absolutely. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I think so. Yes, bro. Absolutely. And if anything, I'm actually open to it. I'm definitely open to it. Like if. Obviously, I don't have a Nintendo Switch or whatever.
Right,
but
yeah.
if like Everardo, when you guys said, "Hey, I'll let you borrow my Switch. Here's some Mario games," I'll definitely sit down and be open to actually playing them and giving them a shot. Versus back then, I'm like, man, get the shit out of my face, man. Like I played Mario, man, in the fucking kiosk of a fucking mall. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the kiosks that they had already.
Yeah, I
and
know what
shit?
you mean.
Or
Or
like,
at a McDonald's and
Yeah, or like,
yeah.
or no,
Oh
like,
my
or like at the
God,
or at the
bro.
mall where like they're selling shit and they just
Yeah.
have a TV with a Mario playing. And you just pick up a controller. You're like,
That's
"Alright."
so, dude.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
I remember that.
What was that?
I don't know, bro.
was it pirated or what?
I don't know.
It
idea,
doesn't
man.
make sense. But anyway, so yes, to answer the question, yes, bro. I think my thoughts would actually, my opinion on Mario would actually change if I actually gave it a shot. Because I'm gonna be real, even back then, high school me and shit, when I wouldn't care about these types of games or give it a shot to, I don't really fuck with Mario Kart like that or Mario Party.
Same.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Like not even if it was like how we normally do. It's like 5 of us or whatever. I just wasn't into it. Versus now, it's like, oh shit, we playing Mario Kart, man. Or like, oh, we playing
that cooking game.
Oh yeah, the other you weren't. No, Hav wasn't there.
No, he was busy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was busy. It was a weekend where you were busy. You couldn't hang out. It was me, Everardo, Danny, and then Mario. We sat down and played. Fuck, what was it called? I bought it too. It was on sale.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
What was
Oh, on the Switch?
on the Switch.
It was on the Switch, but
you
it's
don't
all.
have
It's
a
all.
Switch.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Everardo brought it. Everardo brought his Switch.
Oh, but you said you bought it.
Oh no, it's because it's on PlayStation 2. It's on different platforms, and I bought it on
Okay.
PlayStation. It was
Okay.
$5.
Never
What
mind.
is it called?
I was gonna say Cooking
It's a
Mama.
cookie-
Cooking Fever? No, that's Cookie Fever. Some
I
mobile
don't
game.
know, but it's a cooking game. Just a cooking game. Just say that.
God, no, it's gonna bother me, Mario.
I'll look it up.
What is this
describe,
called?
Just describe it. I'll look it up.
All you can eat? No, all we can eat? No,
Cooking Mama.
no, it's not Cooking Mama. it's a game where like you play as these like small like people. You could play as whatever, like as a human or like a furry dude. I don't know. And the goal is you have to make certain like recipes, but like while your environment is changing.
Oh
And
shit.
And overcooked. I don't know if you heard.
I think it
of
was
heard of
two.
Overcooked.
I think it was overcooked.
So we
two,
played
and
it, and so it works how I said. You have to make certain recipes while your environment kind of changes.
Okay.
But here's another kicker: when you're playing with 4 people, it's like the real bear situation. We're like, yo, Hav, get the fucking. You have to cook the meat, or else it's gonna burn. Eduardo, you cut the vegetables. Blah blah blah. Like that's how you have to play and work together as a team.
And it's actually surprisingly fun, bro.
And we played it for the first time.
Eduardo
And,
was pissing me
and,
off.
and I bought it before we played. I
Yeah.
never played. I bought it because I heard it was a fun game, and it was $5.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. And
know
I
what
think
you
it was a version that because they have Overcooked and then Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
And I think it had a bundle deal, and it was like for $5. And I
Yeah.
bought it. I'm like, all right, bet. I heard
I
it's
know what
fun.
you mean, bro.
Cool.
I bought shit for $5 even though I already
Yeah,
played it,
you know what I
bitch.
mean. So the first time I ever played it was when Everardo brought his shit, and
Yeah.
dude, we did 2v2. You could do 2v2 as well in teams. Bro, we had so much fucking fun, bro. It was so much fun, and that's a game that high school me would be like, yo, get me the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
same
Like I
here.
would not play that. Same thing with like other indie games I wouldn't play, you know. So it's definitely interesting how I had some IRL character development in my type of games and even movies, bro. Even movies. Killers of the Flower Moon, bro. I would not go ahead and watch that shit.
Yep.
Back then.
Yep.
Oppenheimer, bro.
Get the fuck out.
I would not watch that.
Well,
shit.
actually, I don't know because I saw Interstellar in high school. So I don't know about
Okay,
me.
but here's the problem, right? My brother and his friends, they want to go see Oppenheimer because what happens? The hype.
Yeah.
They walked out of there saying, "Yo, what the fuck was
Yeah.
that? That shit lame as hell."
Damn.
That's what you mostly see, and I think that would have been me. Either I wouldn't have seen it, or I would have gave into the hype and have walked out of there being like, "Yo, that movie trash." Kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah, that
like
one,
something
yeah.
like that. You feel
Yeah.
me? So it's really cool that the podcast has actually helped me kind of keep my mind open to things, because obviously what our niche is reviewing shit. And how do you review shit if you don't want to check something out?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm very grateful for the pod about that, and yeah, to answer your question once again, Hav, yeah, I think I would actually give Mario a shot. And actually
Would you?
And
Yeah.
he's lying.
I just hated
He's
it.
lying, bro.
I just
He's
hated it as a
lying.
kid.
No, Mario, he's fucking lying.
I said I just hated it as a kid.
he hated it as a kid.
Is that my name?
Nah, I think you're lying, Mario. Because he's lying because he's like, I don't fuck with fighting games, and he wouldn't give shit a chance. Like I gave Mortal Kombat a chance,
And I did
and I was
too.
actually having fun. Nah, but you were having fun, bitch.
What? But I thought the point you're making is giving it a chance. Not having fun and giving it a chance.
No, but okay, giving it a chance where like you're actually trying to learn, bro. Like you just didn't care about learning. You were just mashing shit. Let's be real. Same
Yeah,
thing
'cause
with
that's
Rocket
having
League.
fun.
Don't
That's
lie.
having fun.
Same thing with Rocket League.
What?
Same thing with Rocket League. You gave it a chance, but you didn't care to actually. What I mean is actually giving it a chance is trying to learn.
Oh.
Where Rocket League, you didn't give a fuck about Rocket League,
Uh-huh.
and you did not like it. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. Fuck you, Mario. You lying.
Yeah, man. If it ain't Burnout,
This
Or
motherfucker.
if
You
it
see what I
ain't-
mean?
Yeah,
hey man, Burnout's fun. I don't give a fuck what you told
It
me.
is. It's
Burnout's
fire.
fun.
What you mean, girl? I'll pop it up right now. It's
Yeah,
fire.
you do have. I forgot. Burnout is just fun, man. They didn't bring that bitch back. I don't know
Anyway.
why they haven't brought that back.
Anyway, going back. Where were we at? Fuck.
No,
We
we're
went
done
on
with
a crazy
the movie.
tangent.
I know. We're on the TV
Oh,
show.
we're done now.
We're
We're
TV
done
show.
with games. I just wanted
Okay,
to
cool.
ask if you
Yeah.
guys thought exposure
Absolutely.
to Astrobot would help you open up to Mario
Absolutely.
games.
Yo, get Overcooked, bro, on your Switch, man. Let's fucking play that.
And we
bitch.
play him. I gotta.
Actually, don't. Just wait for when we hang out with Aurora. I'll tell him
Yeah.
to bring his shit and we'll play.
Yeah.
Dude, it's super fucking
Yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
Anyway, moving on. Take it away, Hive.
All right, what are we doing?
TV shows.
TV shows?
TV shows.
next.
Okay.
We're doing worse and then
Worst.
best.
Well, he only has the worst.
I only
worst.
I have the only list that's
yeah.
worst.
Yeah, go ahead.
So just go and say your first.
Okay, so I guess I'll go quick about it. So this is the list of worst TV shows. This is not an official HRV list. I thought we were making one. Apparently we
Yeah.
were not. So I came over prepared because I came with a list
Yeah.
of TV shows that were worst. So I guess if you guys were curious to see what I've watched this year,
Yeah.
this is my list of the top 5 worst TV shows that I saw this year.
Okay.
At number 5, it's a TV show that I'm gonna be real with you. I don't necessarily hate it. It's one of those things where like I don't watch enough bad TV shows in the year, right? But it was a TV show that I kind of enjoyed and that I liked, except, and I'm gonna sound like a bitch. I don't think I'm gonna
Okay.
get canceled, but I'm gonna sound like a bitch.
Okay.
I don't know how much of these allegations I can really believe.
Oh.
A lot of it is hearsay.
What?
And when you actually invest time into watching the documentary, and you're like,
Oh, it's a documentary.
you're gonna be like, okay, I could see why this is bad,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying it's not. It is, but a lot of it could be passed off as like, I think you're reaching.
Oh, is it the Michael Jackson?
No, that came out years ago.
Oh shit.
I don't know what the fuck.
I'm
you're
talking about Quiet on Set.
Oh yes, yes. I remember you did.
So
say
this
that.
was the documentary.
Yeah.
I only saw the Drake and Josh episode, man. I'm be honest with
You
you.
bitch.
This was a documentary where a lot of people came out
Yeah.
and exposed, or rather,
That
like
shit was crazy, though.
they were talking about
shit was crazy.
Dan Schneider, which is the
Dan
popular creator of Nickelodeon TV shows such as The Amanda Show, such as Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious, all those TV shows, right?
Yeah.
And it was a documentary of past Nickelodeon workers that worked under Dan Schneider, basically calling him out for toxic environment, sexual assaults, and a bunch of other stuff, right? They were basically telling their story in the typical documentary way, like Surviving
Yeah.
R. Kelly and like all those other documentaries where they just talk about their experience.
Surviving R. Kelly's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I
Come
never-
on, is that not a funny ass like title, bro?
Yeah.
Mario, don't be a bitch, bro. He's like trying not to laugh. He's like, I don't want to get canceled, but bro, come on.
That's not why I'm not laughing.
Oh,
I was trying to let him talk.
why are you
Because what you said.
surviving R. Kelly,
It's
bro?
crazy, bro. No, your reaction. That's it.
But that is crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a crazy title.
Surviving. Like if he was like, okay, he's a fucked up guy. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say like he's some type of monster.
He's a fucked up guy. But I used to fuck with his
No.
music, right?
I was gonna say like he was some type of monster, but it's like he is a monster. Okay, I get it. Like he was a fucked up guy, but I'm saying like it's like a title. Like if it was like Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
It's like surviving R. Kelly, surviving Godzilla. Or like
Yeah.
you know, it's like whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a crazy title. All right, anyway,
Continue.
But,
yeah, R. Kelly's a piece of shit. We know. All right.
But yeah, the only reason why I have it at number 5 is because the only good episode, like, well, I mean, all the episodes are like they're not bad, right?
Yeah.
They're good. The really good one is like episode 3, and that's the one where it's just Drake Bell.
Ooh.
That's facts.
That's the one where Drake Bell talks about his.
Man, what you mean that's facts? You just said you just saw that episode.
That's why I'm agreeing with him.
Dude, what the
That's
fuck?
why I'm agreeing with him. That's why I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah, but he said it's
I'll
the
be
best
fair.
episode.
I
of
did watch the one afterwards, but it did not interest me.
Uh,
I did watch part of it, but it's like, no, man.
Yo,
this
the
is
last episode, the bonus clip is Mario. The bonus clip is Mario, like the typical.
It's me, right? It's me at the end, right? It's like, so tell us about your experience of what happened on the HRV set. All right.
Listen,
I mean,
motherfucker.
at the end of every pod, when Hector would say peace or whatever, he would tell Javi to, like, yo, Javi, you can dip, bro. We're done. All right, good day. But he would tell me to stay behind, right? And I thought it's because
Turn the
we would
lights
have,
off.
it's because we wanted to talk about HRV business, but nah, he wanted to talk about a different business.
What the fuck? Fuck you. No, what I was saying is like, you know those traditional like YouTube videos, like the YouTube apology videos, or like
Oh, yeah, I know
where
what
like
you
they
mean.
set the camera. So they set the camera. So the camera's there, right? And like you see the person sit down and shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
like that. That's Mario. That's a bonus clip of Mario. I was like, what the fuck? Why is Mario here?
that's
Another victim. Surviving Schneider.
Surviving Hector.
Dumbass. Surviving HRV. HRV workplace is terrible.
just barely escaped.
That's funny.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was surviving HIV, but that wouldn't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that
I
wouldn't have made
don't know,
sense. That wouldn't have made sense. It wouldn't have made sense. Like, nah, it's just more of a play on words.
What?
That makes sense.
Surviving HIV?
All right, go to your 4. Go to your 4. We're gonna
Surviving
decide
HIV, bro.
What's your fourth worst TV show?
Yeah.
I'm not even done talking about 5.
Oh, I thought you were. My bad.
No, because then we started saying bullshit.
All right, we'll finish 5 then move to 4.
I don't even know where the fuck I was. Oh, that the reason why I have it at number 5 and why is because obviously all the allegations which, by the way, update, Dan Schneider is actually suing the production
Oh,
for
wow.
defamation.
Defamation.
Wow.
I don't know the update. I'll look into it later, AlfPod, but like
Yeah.
that was the follow up is that he
shit.
put out a statement like I have no choice but to sue the
they
company,
bitch
blah blah
ass.
blah, for
Yeah.
defamation. So, and the thing is, bro, when you watch a documentary, like a lot of the shit that he supposedly did is bad, and they even said that there are
Some of the shit I
scenes-
agree with.
Dumbass. Dumbass. No, do not put me on that scope.
Hey, like,
That's funny.
if you peel the layer back, he's kind of a good guy.
Yeah. Hey man. Hey, he made fire shows. I'll
Hey,
let it
man.
slide.
Okay,
Hey, man.
listen, bro. Hear me out.
Hey, man.
They were basically begging for it. Come on, man.
Dumbass. I did not say that.
That's what Javi fucking the
Dumbass.
show. That's why Javi. That's my dog, bro. Come on, man.
That's
They're,
my dog.
they're practically begging for it, man.
Oh my god.
That's not his fault.
Oh my god.
I would do the same thing.
Oh my god, bro.
man.
Anyway, okay, go on. Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, that I'm trying to think, bro.
It's like, how do you read me like that?
Wait, what'd you say?
How do you read me like that? How do you read me like that? Like how did you know?
How'd you know?
How'd you know I was gonna say that?
Oh,
I left him speechless. It's like,
he took the words right out of my mouth.
That is funny.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, he was
the
being sued by
reason
defamation.
That the reason why I don't think all the allegations are true is because I feel like some of the victims I think are reaching when they say like, well, he did this and he said this, and like, you know, typical documentary, the ominous ass music or whatever. But it's like he could have just been doing his thing. Like I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
Wait.
And I can give you an example. You could have just
been doing his
give you an example.
Yo, bro. Hey, yo, that bitch was sucking. He was sucking on Carly's toes. Like, hey, bro, he was just doing his thing. He's just a chill guy. Like, leave him alone. Like, I do the same thing. Fuck.
That's funny as fuck.
All right, go ahead.
I can give you an example.
All right, the example, give it. All right.
Like there was like there would be people that said that like
Okay.
he would show his like toxicity and like even in the scenes of the TV show.
Okay.
Like iCarly, Zoe 101 and all that shit. And one of the examples, this is where I was like, these motherfuckers I feel like are reaching, bro. This is
Okay.
bullshit. Is that there was a scene of iCarly where Sam like she does this thing where like someone broke into my locker, so like her foolproof thing was that she had the locker like rigged to electrocute.
Okay.
And so what she did is like, let's like, and Carly's like, well, does it work? Let's see. And she pulls out a wooden stick that has a rope tied to a bratwurst.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's like zapping it into the locker. If you guys remember that scene, the bratwurst gets black.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, black cock.
What?
It's like why are children dealing with this with like a essentially
No,
a
I'm gonna be real,
sausage?
bro. No, that's like no.
Yeah.
That's like that's like what? Okay.
Okay, there's a lot
weird.
of stuff like that in the documentary.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm like, you guys are probably reaching at this point.
Yeah.
Some things I'm like, okay, and there's other things where it's like, sorry, I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but it's like the whole Michael Jackson thing. Where's the proof?
Yeah.
Can't get proof.
Yeah.
For one, that dude's dead. The other one, Dan Schneider is never going to come out and admit it. In fact, he's going to sue y'all because he's kind of successful and he has no choice but to try to win, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of it is like, well, how much of it is true? How much of it is not? And because of that conflict, it's at number 5.
Okay.
That's where I have it at number 5.
All right, number 4. Let's get it.
The Boys season 4.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, for
I
obvious
forgot-
reasons.
I forgot we watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I had The
forgettable.
Boys season 4 because I thought The Boys season 4 was good, but not as good as the previous 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And I felt like it had way bigger flaws in this season, bro. And I
Go
just
check
hope-
out a review for that, guys. We did that.
And like I know we're gonna get season 5 as the last season for the show, dude. And I just hope this season's good, bro. I just hope it doesn't kind of like stray from like the same bullshit that season 4 had. It had irrelevant side stories. Huey's mom, like why? And like just a bunch of other shit, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly forget that movie. That
All right.
season was so forgettable.
Okay. Number
And
3.
number 3, I had a TV show that came out early in the year, early January of 2024, and that was a TV show, Netflix exclusive. It's called The Brother's Son.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh,
you mentioned that.
Apparently,
yeah.
I mispronounced. It was called it's actually The Brothers Soon, because that's their last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're the brothers. It's about 2 brothers, last name Soon, and based on like the trailer and like with a synopsis, I'm like, oh, it's interesting. And I watched it, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of fell off it halfway through the show, but I forced myself to watch it in the sense that I'm like, I have to finish it in case it's a HRV contender, which it is. It's for the worst. And the reason why is because the trailer is kind of misleading. I watched it because you guys know me. I fuck with action. I like action, right? The trailer showed a lot of fight scenes that looked really cool. I'm like, oh, it's an action TV show that has comedic scenes or whatever, right? The show barely had action scenes.
Wow.
All the scenes you see in the trailer are like that was all they had in the show.
Damn.
And it actually focuses on another story that I didn't find as interesting. It could have been interesting. When you listen to the synopsis, you're like, that sounds like an interesting story. They go about it really kind of lazily. That's not even a word. That's how much I hate it.
Yeah.
Like the writing was just
Lazily.
not there. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
me, I just think they relied too much on trying to make it too comedic and too whatever. And I'm like, this could have been like a really cool, like dark, gritty HBO TV show, something like Warrior or some shit like that. Like this could have had a different feel to it. I don't know. I didn't fuck with it. At number 2, I had part 1 because 2 parts came out this year. I didn't even bother watching part 2, but it was part 1, season 6 of Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit, if you guys are active
That makes
to
sense
TikTok,
why.
got
Yeah.
memed the fuck out
Yeah.
on your For You page and shit.
That shit looked
And it's
worse
funny-
than kicking it, boy.
Yeah.
Dude, for real. And it's funny, it is crazy because I'm a huge fan of Cobra Kai. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
remember.
Cobra Kai is
You
fire.
would tell us like, yo, you need to watch it.
No,
now,
it's
Mario.
really good. And then when season 6 came out and they confirmed like this is the final season, they're gonna do it into 3 parts. I was like, okay. The first like 4 or 5 episodes came out. I watched it and I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like the writing and some of the like situations, I'm like, this is kind of feeling lame. This is kind of boring. This is kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, and this is where I kind of had to like I'm conflicted. I'm like, dude, were the past seasons of Cobra Kai always like this? Was it always like super high school, like super like it has like typical like relationship bullshit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you dated my ex and now I can't fuck with you. It's high school drama bullshit, which is very much there in the other seasons, but here it was super amplified. And some of the dialogue and some of the jokes were not funny. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I actually went back and watched scenes from previous seasons, and they're good. So, like, what happened? I found out they changed the writers. These are different writers than the people who worked on the first 5 seasons of Cobra Kai.
Why'd they change writers?
I don't know, bro. It's Netflix's call. Not.
Wow.
Because they're the ones that
especially
own the
on the last season.
Yeah. It's different writers because there was the same writers that worked on the first 5 seasons. These are different people. And I didn't go as far as to look up what else they've done, like other work.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's why this show feels so different. I could have sworn, I'm like, the rest of the seasons are not like this. And so I didn't bother watching part 2, to be honest. This killed my hype to even want to continue watching it. So I don't even know if I'm going to end up finishing the show, bro. I think I'm going to just wait for the Karate Kid movie we're going to get into.
I can't wait for that.
That's just going to be fire, girl.
Yes,
I'd rather
sir.
watch that shit, bro.
Okay.
And at number 1...
Number 1 worst TV
Worst
show?
TV show that I saw
yeah.
this year was fucking Knuckles.
Knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
that makes
and I
sense,
don't...
yeah.
I have no words to say.
Man. Knuckles, yeah.
I don't know, man. I was expecting it to be like the Sonic movies. It's not. It's not.
Well, I guess
remotely
it's
as
more
good.
reminiscent to Sonic 3.
Yeah.
I think I
With its
liked
humor.
Sonic 3 more than Knuckles.
Oh, no, yeah. but
And not
I'm talking
because
about,
of
like,
the, and not because it has shadow. Like not even because like the hype
No,
bullshit.
yeah.
I just think like it's focused too much on the humor. I didn't give a fuck about the character, the dude that Knuckles was palling
Wade.
around with. Him.
Wade.
The story was irrelevant.
It was irrelevant.
And the
yeah.
only reason why we watched it was because we all had a very tiny glimmer of hope that it would somehow tie into Sonic 3 and a setup for Shadow or something. It is the most disconnected, irrelevant TV show I think I have seen in the last year. So Knuckles
Not wrong.
is not something you had to watch to preparation for Sonic 3.
At all, yeah.
And to be honest, it was a TV show that I would have skipped on. Had I known that it was like not connected to Sonic 3.
Yeah.
If you would have told me like, dude, Knuckles like literally does not set up, okay, then I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
The fuck? That's the only reason why I watch it, in hopes that maybe I get a end credit scene, a Shadow or something. Nothing, bro. Irrelevant story, pointless road trip, stupid as human character. Wade wasn't even funny, and like the whole thing is we got to go to a bowling competition, and I'm like,
Be a warrior.
and I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Like this, I don't know. Am I watching Disney Channel? Like, what the fuck is this, bro? Fuck Knuckles, dude. Worst TV show of 2024, in my opinion. Would you guys agree, or have you seen worse shit than that?
No, I mean fully seen. Yes, it's that things that
It's probably
I
that.
dropped.
That's like the only thing I could think
the
of. That's,
thing that-
that's the only show.
The
I
only
could
show
think
I dropped that I would put up there is Agatha.
I didn't even
of.
watch that.
I've
show.
never seen. Yeah,
I
we
dropped-
never
I haven't
saw
even seen
Agatha.
it, and I know all the fucking spoilers.
I dropped
Yeah,
Because
it.
even the socials, like the Marvel Studios IG, they be posting the spoilers themselves, like 2 days after the show airs.
Yeah.
So I already know what happens. I know the characters. I like they do some shit where I'm like, what? But I'm sure if I watched the show, it would make sense.
Remember
Yeah.
we did Echo last year. Remember that?
That wasn't
in
bad though.
January.
That was just disappointing because we thought. I mean, given that clip
Yeah.
they fucking put out, we're
I
like,
think I had
whoa.
Echo, but if we did 10, since we did
Yeah.
5, you know what I mean? But I think Echo was a part of it.
But yeah, I've not seen Agatha.
No.
Yeah,
I
would
forgot
only-
about that shit.
I would really only have two. It'd be that and
Yeah.
Echo.
Okay, so now moving on
To the best.
to the actual nominees for the best TV series of 2024, and here, I'll read them out right here. Give me a second.
All right. All right.
All right, so here are the nominees. That is no particular order: Squid Game 2, Squid Game season 2,
Yeah.
Shogun,
Yes,
The
sir.
Bear season 3, Fallout, and The Penguin. So those are the nominees for best TV series of the year of 2024.
All right.
So let's run it. Let's run it, Hav.
All right.
What
So
we got?
best TV shows of 2024 at number 5. Again, now we have incorporated to the part of the show where we're going to be listing off the movies and TV shows. Now with the point system.
Yeah.
So refresher, there's only 5 nominations. It is 5 through 1. And then we all, did individual lists. And
Yeah.
the TV shows that we placed at number 5 got 6 points. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 being in number 1, right? So now we've incorporated the point system at this point. At number 5 with 19 points, we have Squid Game Season 2.
Okay.
At number 4 with 21 points, it's Fallout.
Ooh, okay. Fallout.
Right? At number 3 with 26 points is The Penguin.
Yep. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. At number 2, The Bear, season 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And then at number 1 with 29 points is Shogun.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Fucking Shogun, man.
Yeah.
So Shogun is the HRV podcast TV series of the year of 2024. And you know what? Actually, I wanted to give our thoughts, or like some we forgot to mention some honorable mentions. And I think I could just think of Arcane season 2.
Yeah.
Is there any other good shows? You said do you watch Doom Prophecy?
Is it worthy of being? I mean, it's good. I don't know if it's good enough to be an honorable mention, though. Like, if you're not a fan of Doom like hardcore like I am, I don't know if you're gonna enjoy it. Because I love.
So
Doom.
okay, so here's the thing as well. Is sure we have some movies and TV shows maybe that we did not review on the podcast. So I wanted to use this chance to actually give it like a mini review, as in like things we liked, disliked, and shit. And actually, I want to shout out someone that messaged us on our IG. Right, his name is Darius. Shout out to you, Darius.
Shout out.
He says, "Sorry to bother. Sorry to bother you. Can you guys do a review of the Squid Game TV series season 2?" And I basically just replied to him, "Yo, what's up, man? Unfortunately, we aren't doing a full length review, but I'll make sure to shout you out, and we could give like a mini review of Squid Game season 2 because I think that's the only show that we did not review."
Yeah, it came out in a bad time.
Yeah, that shit. Dude,
availability wise,
dude, I hate when shit comes out like in December. It's like,
same here.
man?
Yeah, I know.
Why the fuck are you doing that? Especially on Christmas. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Anyway,
Well, the majority of people
Our home.
are not making podcasts.
Yeah.
I know, but still, it's like, bro,
It's more of just a problem for people like
it's
us.
more of like a us problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Squid Game season 2. Things you guys like, dislike, maybe give a rating and shit.
I mean,
real
I'll
quick, Mario.
Okay, so rating, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Even though the finale, the ending of season 2 was not a happy one, I think I understand it and I kind of enjoy it. For a matter of fact, the bright spots where I think the show really shines is I got multiple. I'm gonna see them for you guys, right? One is that I think they had it in season 1 is the moments between the games, where they have conflicts between the players. Yeah. It was in season 1 also. But I think it really excelled here in season 2. Like the moments and the dialogue and the conversations, I feel this is where for me personally, I felt the most character development between every character, not just the MC. I like the new additions, the Thanos. What's up, Thanos? I'm Thanos, bruh.
Oh, that guy.
I am, come on, brother. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
But personally, I think that was the highlight for me is like those moments. I think they really I forgot the guy, the showrunner for the show, but he really excelled in it. Like I said, I do like the ending. I'm excited for season 3. It comes out this year. We don't have to fucking wait 3 years for it to come out, so that's really cool. But yeah, man, just to keep it short and simple, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Cool. What about you, Hav?
I would also give it an 8 out of 10. I thought the show was really good. I thought the story was interesting, especially how season 1 ended, where we have our main character. He's gonna like try to fight the games, right? He's gonna go after the front man and all that stuff. I really like that last shot where he's like walking in towards the plane. He takes the phone call. Then he's like, "Just get on the plane," right? And then he just turns around and he's like, "Oh shit!" Right? Now that we're at season 2, he does what he says he's gonna do. I think I wasn't expecting the time jump. I thought it was gonna take place like right after. So the time jump was a little jarring because it's like, damn, what did he do in those 2 years, right? 2-3 years, whatever it is. When he's getting back into the games, it's fun because it's like familiar from season 1. But I remember telling you guys this off pod that I think the novelty of being like, whoa, the fact that you can die by playing children games was there for season 1. But now because you saw it, season 2, it doesn't quite hit the same. And Hector brought up a good point. I was like, that's interesting though, because these are different games than in season 1. Yeah, but it's still the same concept. It's children games. And guess what? If you lose, you die. And that was interesting. If you watched season 1 of Squid Games, or to my hardcore anime fans out there, if you watched, oh my god, I just went blank. There's an anime, a manga that turned into an adaptation, that's actually Squid Games, straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess the creator of Squid Game, the Korean dude, we used to read those mangas, and that's how he was inspired to make Squid Game. I'll look it up. I have to give that shout out. But what's it called? I just feel like the novelty kind of wore off because I knew what to expect. Like, even though the games were different, I'm like, I know what to expect. If they lose, it's kind of the same thing, right? And I also felt like the ending was a little anticlimactic, depending on how it kind of went down. In my personal opinion, I would want to go into more detail, but at that point, it's like spoilers. But I do feel like it was a bit anticlimactic, and I thought it was going to go in a different direction. Don't get me wrong, the cliffhanger is great. Makes me want to look forward to season 3, but a part of me wished that there was a little bit more fulfillment in the last episode, and I probably would have given it like a 9 or who knows, right? But that's all really I can say. Not really negatives so much.
Yeah.
It's more
I know
just
what you
like
mean.
it was good, but it did not hit as much as season 1.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's negatives? No, it's just didn't hit as well. Just kind of like saying it's a repeat of season 1 is almost like kind of like an insult. Because it's not. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's lazy and that it's a rewrite. You know what I mean? It's just, like I said, the novelty of the games and like killing off and like the whole player shit, them voting whether they want to. Like, you saw all that.
Yeah.
Sure, some of the outcomes and some of the characters are standout. Thanos. You know, you have like a bunch of other characters that you're introduced to and stuff like that. But if you minus all that away, it's kind of season 1 again with different consequences, with different motives. Whereas the motive in season 1 was very simple. The dude was just going to survive. But here, now he has a different motive. He has to survive in order to take down the people running the games. Which is interesting, but the last episode didn't kind of went in an anticlimactic way that I'm just kind of like, damn. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to season 3, but just wish there would have been more fulfilling ending in a sense.
Yeah.
You know
I think
what I
I
mean?
felt the same way too with the ending. Overall, I thought it's kind of difficult to try to come up with another like season 2. Like, how the fuck is this going to play out when all that just happened? And I think they did it the best that they could, to be honest. Like, the built up, right, where he spent 2 years trying to find the recruiter, and how he basically went about it kind of made sense to me, and how he got stuck made sense to me. It didn't feel like one of those moments, oh, this is just a coincidence, it's just a coincidence, whatever, like you're just doing this to drive the plot forward. No, I thought it was done well. I also really liked the characters were all pretty likable. I do like the different types of games that they showed, because even though, sure, we did see it in season 1, I still think it's kind of fun for him to try to figure out, oh shit, like, I'm back, I'm actually in this bitch for real. Like, and they kind of tease you a bit, where the first game, it's the same thing, and like, you see he dominates, and then the next games, he's like, oh shit, like, that hope is dwindling down. And I think it kind of the ending matched that theme of like kind of losing hope of something that you were once so confident in accomplishing. But with that being said, I think everything else, I mean, with what you guys said, I can't really add much. I agree with it, but yeah, I'm also going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a great show, and I don't think it was. I think I enjoyed the first season a bit more, but that's just, I think that happens with everything. Sometimes it's kind of rare when the second season or third is like way better than the first. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. Should we go over our personal list, like what we have, like what we?
Yeah.
If you guys have
like
a
the
personal
placements?
list?
Yeah, just your personal shit that you only seen, that doesn't matter if we all seen it, just that.
Yeah.
You can start off.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
You're good?
I got rid of that list.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I thought we were only going to do 5, so I got rid of my other 5.
Oh no.
6 through 10.
No,
Like,
you can
it's
I-
gone. I deleted it.
Oh.
Like permanently? I know you can recover notes.
No,
Oh, well.
I was making edits to the same
Oh.
note.
No, I think he misunderstood. No,
Yeah.
because we would have our own personal list, and then we would have a list that we did for the nominees.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Well, no, I
I'll
thought-
go mine then.
Yeah, that's how it was.
All right.
Right, for sure.
All right,
fine.
so my personal list,
Yeah, go ahead.
again, this is my personal list. This is shit that I've seen that maybe Hector and Javi have seen also, right? But at number 10, I have Masters of the Air, which is a show on Apple TV. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
wow.
I think I might get it again, because there's another show airing right now where I'm hearing a lot of fucking fantastic things about, and it's called
Yeah.
Severance. and I heard it's a very cool unique
I heard
idea.
Severance is really good.
So, and not just that, they also have Ted Lasso. They also have other show called Silo that I heard pretty good things about. So I might be buying an Apple TV subscription because I heard a lot of bangers are on there, right? But that one, Master of the Air, is a World War II show. I mean, surprise.
Oh, I remember you said you wanted to watch that one.
Yeah, and it has a lot of big actors in it. Surprisingly, bro. That's the thing about Apple; they got money, so they can afford actors. It has Austin Butler. It has another guy that was in I forgot what the movie was called, but I think he got nominated for an Oscar there. But it's a World War II show about pilots in World War II where they would deliver missions or do bombing runs and shit. And it's very good. I think very shot well, written well. I have it here at 10. At number 9, like I said, this is my most disappointing show of the year, but it is worthy of being in top 10 in my opinion, and that's Arcane Season 2. The reason why it
number 9?
Yeah, at number 9. The reason why I have it here is because obviously Hector and Javi saw this show actually. They both saw this show. But the reason why they probably don't feel the same is because I had to wait years for this season. Yeah. I saw season 1 when it came out.
Was that back in 2020?
Around there. I don't know the exact year, but I remember I waited years for this season 2. And season 1 of Arcane is arguably one of my favorite seasons of any show in general. Damn. Like that season 1, dude, it's 10 out of 10 masterpiece in my opinion. I mean, you guys finally see it, so you know what the fuck why I say that. And just season 2 was it wasn't worth that wait. And I'm just like, this was worth, like, if I waited a year, I'll probably be more like not feel disappointed. But ultimately, that's why I think Arcane Season 2 was my most disappointing show. But regardless of the fact, it's still a great show.
Yeah,
in
I
my
agree.
opinion, it's still great. I'm not saying it's bad, guys. Don't get it twisted. I know I'm like shitting on it in that aspect, but it's still a great show overall. You know, I'll say it's a great conclusion to that story of V and Jinx and all them everything, and to continue on to the next arc of whatever they're gonna do of that show. I'm excited. I'm gonna look forward to it. And I think it's gonna be great.
Okay.
At 8, I have Terminator Zero, which was a Netflix animated show that came out a while ago. I think it came out in like August, I believe.
The Terminator.
That show, great story, great voice acting. Finally, a spinoff of the.
So it was actually good.
Yeah, I like it a lot, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
I think
I heard
it was a good one because mostly spinoff for Terminators are usually whack.
Yeah.
But this one was fire. At 7, I have Squid Games. This is where I put Squid Games for reasons I just said. 6, I have Invincible. That also came out this year, and that was a banger. You know,
Invincible.
Yeah.
At 5,
Invincible was in my top 5.
it was in your top 5, personal. All right.
W.
And then 5, I have House of Dragons, season 2.
Yes.
A lot of people were upset with it because they said, bro, basically it's a big build-up, but like it's still fire. No, like I don't like. Yeah, it was, but like it was a bad build. I'm like, no, not really. It was still great, and I can't wait till like one day you guys do that binge that I did with the Game of Thrones franchise, because even though the main show Game of Thrones ends so fucking
That
shit.
shit's so D, man.
Bro,
I tried. I only got 3 episodes in.
Listen, I know, and one day you'll do it, 'cause that's what I did. I said, fuck it, because I had major FOMO, bro. When, like, House of Dragons was coming, I'm like, damn, this shit looks fire, but, like, I won't understand unless I watch the main shit, and I do recommend that. Even though you don't need to, I recommend you watch the main series first before watching House of Dragons, because it hits so much better. Like, but legit, the first, like, 5-6 seasons of Game of Thrones, outside that last one, is some of the best television you'll ever see. I'm not even fucking with you. The writing, acting is all superb.
And it's at what place?
It's on HBO.
No, sorry. You're on your list.
It's at 5. I have it at 5.
And it's like the best shit ever, and you put it at 5?
No.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Talking about House of Dragons.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, and then at 4, I have The Bear, 3, Fallout, 2, Penguin, and then 1, Shogun.
Oh, shit. W.
Yeah, so only a couple different things that in there. But
my personal list was the nominees list, bro.
That was mine.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because I deleted the other ones. I didn't.
Oh no. Me, like my personal. That was just my nominees.
Like,
I didn't
yeah.
watch.
We're the nominees.
Yeah, I didn't watch that many shows.
Because I'm telling y'all right now, at number 2, mine would have been X-Men '97.
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that,
'97 was
bro.
fucking fire.
So yeah, I didn't watch that many shows this year, guys. But yeah, my personal list was at number 6. I should have 6.
Yeah.
I don't got the full 10, man. Fuck.
No, you're good.
At number 6, I have Arcane Season 2. 5, I have Squid Game Season 2. 4, I have Fallout. 3, I have The Bear Season 3. 2, I have The Penguin. And my number one spot, I have Shogun.
I really thought your ass would put Penguin number 1, bro.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
I knew. Why, bro?
Because you have a comic book bias.
What you mean? Nah.
I thought
no,
you
I
would
don't,
do-
cowgirl.
Hey man, he surprised me with his movie one, and you surprised me with the TV one. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
No, Mario. We even talked about it before. I'm like, yo, Shogun's my number one.
I know, but like, you could switch up on him, boy.
Nah, I'll never switch up, man.
All right, let's get to the
Me,
movies.
cowgirl.
All right, get to the movies.
Oh yeah, movies. Okay, now we're getting to the movies. Worst movies.
Worst. We're gonna
Okay.
do the worst movies. Now, this one I don't know why. I kept my 10 personal, so I have a personal list on
bet.
that. But for the HRV, same as with the TV show, guys, we're gonna do 5 nominations. So again, reminder: 5th place garnered 6 points. The 1st place garnered 10.
Yeah.
Right. So this is going to be the top 5 worst movies of 2024 on the official HRV list. At number 5 with 19 points, we have Venom: The Last Dance. At number 4 with 22 points, we have The Strangers, Chapter
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
At number 3 with 24 points is Kraven the Hunter.
Okay.
At number 2 with 25 points is Borderlands.
Damn.
And at number 1 with a perfect 30 score, we all put this.
That's crazy.
We put this all at number 1
funny.
is Madam Web.
Hey, that movie was
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Yeah.
That movie was shit.
Yeah, bro.
But my thing is like, would it have changed if we
Bro, you
saw
know
the
what?
other shit movies?
Maybe. Probably.
Like
yeah.
the Mousetrap.
Yeah. Or Imaginary.
No, that bitch looked ass, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
Or
Well-
Tear It. I haven't seen Tear It. Those are honorable mentions, guys, for shit movies. Tear It. What was another one?
else?
Imaginary.
Probably Rebel Moon Part 2.
Rebel Moon Part 2. And bro, nobody talked about that shit.
No one.
Isn't that
No.
crazy as fuck?
No.
Nobody talked about that.
And it sucks because, like...
Do you remember when Rebel Moon was
Bro,
first coming out? Yo,
lot of
Snyder's
hype.
back.
A lot of hype.
Yeah,
and then
Snyder
Part
is
2.
back.
And what's crazy is that
I did like his
Netflix-
other movies.
Bro, Netflix put a lot of money into, like,
Hey, man.
advertisement and ended up being a fucking flop.
They fucked up, man, because they did a whole setup movie, man.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
not what you're supposed to do,
God,
bro.
that shit was...
That setup movie was just no, man. No, his other Snyder also made the that one zombie movie with Batista, right? Remember?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
I forgot what
Den
it's
of
called.
Thieves or-
No, Den of Thieves is the other one. It's like the spinoff.
Army of the
I'm not gonna
Dead?
lie, I actually did like not Den of Thieves, bro. It's fucking
What's it called?
Den of Thieves is something else.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
I know what you mean. I know what
But
you mean.
he made
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if he made the spinoff, but he did that zombie movie with Batista, and I'm gonna be real, I kind of liked it. I didn't think it was I didn't think it was like whoa exceptional, like whatever.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for what it is. I think I enjoyed it more than y'all. But this was back before we even did the pod, bro.
Yeah.
This was back in 2020 or 2021. So maybe my opinions may have changed. I mean,
Yeah.
you already know I love zombies. Maybe
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
biased with that shit a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But okay. So there you guys have it, the official, worst movie of the year, and that is Madam Web. Do you want to go? Who wants to go first with their personal list?
I'll go first.
I don't really have a personal list. Just you
Oh, you
two.
don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
All right, so you guys might be surprised on my list. I have
Oh,
some
God.
shit on here. You're gonna be like, "What?" Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think number 10's it's definitely gonna freak y'all out.
Really?
At number 10, I have
know.
Joker Folie à Deux.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
But to be fair, I could definitely see other movies
yeah.
being worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I treated it. As I could think of other movies that were worse than. I didn't fuck with Joker at all.
Yeah.
I thought Joker was bad and the ending was unsatisfying, but the cinematography was there. The acting with, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady
Yeah.
Gaga are there.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like everything else about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because of those positives, it has to be at like number 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At number 9, this one also might surprise you guys. I have Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh shit! I forgot about
No,
that.
I don't blame you for that one. Nah.
I had this one, bro, because up until now I've had fun with the MonsterVerse movies, but this is the first one where I just felt like kind of out of it, where I was like, damn, even the monsters fighting kind of felt boring. Whereas it's always been the monster fights are lit, and the
Yeah.
human aspect was always boring.
Yeah.
Now it's like even the monsters are not interesting, bro.
Yeah.
And they started diving deep.
Do you remember
into-
when we were hyped when it was Godzilla versus Kong?
that one?
Yeah.
It was
That was before our pod too.
that
Yeah.
too, but also that just as a movie, I thought was better than this one. I would much rather rewatch Godzilla.
The
versus
show was cool.
Kong.
The show was really good.
The show was
Monarch?
awesome.
Yeah.
The show
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
No, Monarch was fine.
Yeah, it was.
At number 8, I have Night Swim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
At
sense.
number 7, I have Craven the Hunter.
Okay.
At number 6, I have Venom: The Last Dance.
Okay.
At number 5, I have The Strangers, Chapter 1.
Okay.
At number 4, I have Borderlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3 and number 2 are movies that are fucking terrible. I would not recommend this to anybody. It's literally a waste of fucking time.
Okay.
They're also both movies I did not finish.
Oh, shit.
I stopped watching it because at a point, cause I'm like, this movie is so unbearably terrible. I'm not going to continue wasting my time. I have other things better to do. So at number 3, I have Imaginary.
Wait, didn't you go in theaters to watch
That's
that?
the
No.
bear one, right?
Oh.
No, I
That's
ended
the
up
bear,
not going. That's
right?
the one with the teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So Imaginary was fucking boring.
Yeah.
It was not suspenseful at all. The setup itself was choppy, and I was just not interested in what was going on. Like even like the creepy moments, like typical.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like they go into
Yeah.
a room, it's dark and crickety or whatever the fuck. Like even
It's
that
dark
was-
and crickety.
Yeah, like, when the wood creaks and
I
shit
know
like
what you
that.
mean, yeah.
It was that interesting. I didn't feel the fear. Like
Yeah.
like I was like maybe I'm a bitch, right? Let me turn off my lamp. Even then, that didn't help. So this fucking movie was terrible. At number 2, bro. Oh my god, bro. I'm surprised this was not number 1, but Madam Web was pretty trash. I'm not gonna
What's
lie.
the number 2?
Number 2 is a movie that came out on Netflix. It's called Unfrosted.
Unfrosted. Never heard of it.
So Unfrosted, I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard this movie was coming out. I read the synopsis. I'm like, that's actually interesting. I would want to watch that. The synopsis for Unfrosted is, it's based on a true story, and it's basically it has to do with Kellogg's. And,
Oh, yeah, you
and
told me
another
this.
cereal company. I forget their name, and they were both on this like little race to
Okay.
create the next best breakfast pastry snack that'll take over the nation, right? So basically, if that sounds familiar, it's because this is a movie that basically is about the making of Pop-Tarts. And the reason why I thought it would be good is because I'm like, this plot is interesting, and even though I haven't seen the movie, it could be another like Air. The
Or like Founder.
or like the founder.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Where I'm like interesting, the conception of Pop-Tarts and the fact that I didn't know that there were 2 different cereal companies both working on the same thing. That would be like a movie of like Apple and Samsung, like who gets
Yeah.
to make the first touchscreen smartphone out into the world first. And like, oh, that could be interesting, right? And the movie was marketed as a comedy, and I was like, okay, whatever, right? Dude, this movie was not funny at all. There was not a single joke or line that made me laugh. The pacing is terrible. The jokes were super generic in the sense that, like, the main character, right, who's played by Jerry Seinfeld, comedian Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah.
he would, like, walk up to, like, these group of people. Like, it was very, like, set up. Like, he approaches a situation or a person or a group of people. They exchange some dialogue. Something happens, like a punchline or whatever, that was supposed to be funny. Okay, like, well, I'll catch y'all later. It was very, like, rinse, repeat jokes all the time. It was the same formulaic bullshit. The movie was, I think, Mario, can you fact check real quick? I think it was written by Jerry Seinfeld. Like, I think it was written and directed by him, too.
Damn.
He was attached to the project in some way. Like, either he directed it or wrote it or both.
He directed it.
Did he write it?
No. Let me see. Because I know Netflix gives you some of that. He for sure directed it.
So what happens is, like, he directed the movie. I don't know if he wrote it, but I think it's funny because a lot of people say, I saw a lot of talk about Unfrosted, where people were like, how is this movie trash? Like, Jerry Seinfeld directed it. I thought Jerry Seinfeld was funny. I'm going to be honest, not to sound like a bitch. I never found him to be funny. I've seen some of his stand-up. I never seen Seinfeld the show.
Yeah.
Have you seen Seinfeld?
have.
And
Not
people
the whole
say,
thing, but I've seen episodes when I was younger.
a lot of people say Seinfeld was fire.
I like it.
And I
like
was like, well, like, why is he flopping now? What's going on, right? And apparently it's because, like, I heard that one of the writers for the show Seinfeld was a guy by the name of...
Yeah, he did write it too.
He wrote it? Yeah,
He had
see,
a
it
te-
makes
he had-
fucking
he had-
sense, bro.
He had a team of writers.
He had a
was
team
one
of
them.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
one of them, right? So, I don't know if you guys know, there's a show called Curb Your Enthusiasm. And there's a guy in that show named Larry David.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
You've
yeah,
probably
that guy.
seen this guy.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
seen clips of
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was one of the writers on Seinfeld back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say the reason why Seinfeld was successful because Larry David was a writer. And he was a writer through all the seasons of Seinfeld. Because Jerry
Wow.
Seinfeld by himself is not funny. and he doesn't make funny material. Upon watching Unfrosted, I can see it now because this is him working on this shit. And if you guys want, and I don't recommend you guys watch it, it's not fucking worth it. But if I had to give you an idea of how bad it is, the vibe that the movie was giving me, it was like one of those spoof movies, scary movie, epic movie, date movie, disaster movie. Those spoof movies that like were so fucking terrible, and their whole gist was like they would make fun of like pop culture and shit like that. Fucking, that was the vibe the movie gave me. Fucking unbearably funny, dude.
Yeah.
And then obviously number one is Madam Web.
Yeah.
Bet. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not. I do remember you talking about that movie. You said it was really bad. You said you didn't finish it, right?
No, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck no, man. Oh my God.
All right, so my personal list for worst movies that I've seen. Number 7, I only got 7. 7, I have Joker 2. Number 6, Night Swim. Number 5, Venom: The Last Dance. 4, The Strangers, Chapter 1. 3, Borderlands. 2, Kraven the Hunter. And number 1, Madam Web. Now moving on to actual movies, and that is the movies. Fuck, hold on, give me fuck. Sorry guys, I'm doing this live. There's a bunch of shit that I'm moving here. The top 10 movies for movie of the year of 2024. So in no particular order, we got the nominees are Deadpool and Wolverine, The Wild Robot, Late Night with the Devil, Nosferatu, Dune Part 2, Inside Out 2, Flow, Transformers 1, Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga, and Alien Romulus. So those are the nominees for Movie of the Year of 2024. Let's run it.
All right. And now, in the official top 10 format, at number 10 with 5 points is Alien Romulus.
Okay.
At number 9 with 8 points is Furiosa.
Yep.
At number 8 with 9 points is Transformers 1.
Yep.
At number 7 with 11 points is Flow. At number 6 with 13 points is Inside Out 2.
Okay.
At number 5 with 19 points is Nosferatu. At number 4 with 22 points is Late Night with the Devil. At number 3 with 25 points is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Sheesh.
Yeah, bro. At number 2, 26 points, The Wild Robot.
Yeah.
Dang.
And at number 1 at 27 points is Dune Part 2.
Hey man.
Dune Part 2.
Hey man, that movie under like one of my favorite movies of all time, bro. Fucking love that
y'all
movie.
glazing, man.
No man. Hey man.
I gotta rewatch it.
Hey man.
You girl. You cowgirl.
El Gaib, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
No,
I can't wait for the next one, bro. That movie.
No, next year Mario has no say anymore on his movie. Nah, fuck you.
That movie hard.
bro.
It sucks because the next movie is gonna be Dennis Villanueva. That's gonna be his last thing. He's a part of Dune, and then he's gonna take a break or move on to another project.
Yeah.
So after that, they're gonna milk it, and I'm afraid it's gonna go down.
I hope Greg Fraser doesn't make a return for Dune Part 3.
No, he's not.
Good.
He's
Fuck
gonna
you.
be on the Batman.
Good.
Yeah.
As it should be. Bitch.
Oh man,
why?
I don't give a fuck.
Why?
Huh?
Wait, what? Why?
Why what?
Why wouldn't Greg Fraser do Dune and Batman both?
No, scheduling.
Scheduling?
He can't do both.
But the Batman got delayed again till 2027, and Dune Messiah is scheduled to film this year. They're not gonna film Batman this year. The
I don't
script's not
know
done.
then. But
He's gonna be able to do both.
maybe. All right. Good then. Last time I heard.
No, I'm just hating.
What's it called? he couldn't because of scheduling conflict.
No, yeah, that. But then when Batman Part 2 got delayed another fucking year.
Hey man, I don't give a fuck. I want it from both. All right.
No, yeah,
Man's goated.
obviously
Man's
a perfect
goated.
world, bro.
He's goated.
Okay, if you had to choose, ready, the Batman or Dune Part 2?
Part 2.
Part 3.
You mean 3?
No. I'm talking like the movies. Like the
fuck.
Batman or Dune Part 2. Like the movies. What if you had to choose one?
Oh,
What would you choose?
that's tough. But because Dune's more of my sci-fi
bitch.
niche, I'm
Moving
gonna go
on.
with Dune, bro. But it's tough, bro. Both of those movies are in like my top 10 like all-time favorites. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, bro. Okay. Well, I guess we should some honorable mentions, man. I guess. A few movies that I guess maybe you guys want to add to honorable mentions.
One I'll add, and it was hard for me to choose. Right? It was Civil War. I think Civil War was
a good
really
honorable
great
mention.
movie that you guys should check out. And obviously, it didn't make the cut, but it does deserve an honorable mention because it is a great movie that you guys should check out. It does, in my opinion, out of the official list, and it has some of the best sound design. Like in general, I'm not.
Yeah, that one was tough for me. For that one, it was either Alien Romulans or that one.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
For like the last nominee, I know.
Yeah,
that's
what I was on right now.
But that one I would have. What else was another good one? I gotta go back to the ratings. But if you guys have one, you can say it. Go ahead.
Do you have anything? Any honorable mentions you want to add on?
I really liked the Twisters movie.
Oh yeah,
Twisters.
That's when I'm bummed out I didn't see because I heard nothing but great things.
Twisters was a lot of fun, bro. And just because like the original came out back in like the 90s, and this being like a sequel, even though it doesn't tie into the first one at all, I just like how like in the modern day of like CGI and visual effects, how they were able to make the Twister scenes like so immersive and stuff like that. And they're storm chasers, so like you're actually in the shit, bro. And like just the way that they filmed all that and everything. The story was actually pretty interesting. The opening like the first 10 minutes of the movie hooks you because you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's really interesting. I really liked the Twisters movie. Another one, I guess I could probably say, and it hurts my soul, right?
Yeah.
But this was probably not a strong year, 2024, for action movies. I would have to say, but of all the action movies that we did get, the one that I think I could say I enjoyed the most, and it sucks because on my personal list, it's not like a top 5 contender. Yeah. It's in the number 8 spot, would be Boy Kills World.
Oh yeah.
I really liked it because the action was really top notch in that movie. Not the best that I've seen, which is why I say it was kind of a weak year for action movies. But I also like just kind of like the concept where the dude is mute, but like you hear his mind. His mind is what you hear, and it's the guy from Bob's Burgers. And stuff like that, and just kind of like this like sort of dystopian world that they live in where like it's like the Hunger Games where like they just kind of pick people to like be on television and stuff like that. There's something very video game about this world. Like I could see this
like
being
arcadey.
Like there's something like I could see this being a video game that you could play and stuff like that. Like just the concept of the world and the story and everything like that. I mean, this could be really cool. But I guess Boy Kills World would be another honorable mention.
Yeah, Boy Kills World was really fun. You really liked it too. I think you gave that one a 10. If I'm not
probably.
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
probably.
We were caught off guard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. I guess another ones that honorable mentions maybe is I want to say Smile 2. Yeah. Smile 2 is really good. I really enjoyed Smile 2.
Long Legs. Another one.
Not for me, buddy. For me. No, okay. You know what's funny is like, all right, guys, listen. If you were listening, yo, what the fuck? 6? It doesn't make sense. But what do you mean, girl? What do you mean, cowgirl? Well, in the Long Legs review, you like were praising it. You gave it a 9, and blah blah blah. Like, what happened? Well, here's the thing. Everything I said, yes, it's true. All those positive things that I said, I definitely did enjoy. I do like it. I do think it's a good movie. I just don't think it's up there with all these other movies.
You went from a 9 to an 8, and I think you changed it again, or am I wrong?
And I think I might have dropped it to a 7.
Yeah.
Just because, here's the thing, because I guess I was just like in awe of like the cinematography, the synopsis, and everything else, all the positive things. Yeah. But then when I started when I sat back, like kind of like what Hav did with Kraven the Hunter, right? Where I'm like, wait a second, I'm kind of piecing things together. I'm like, wait, they never explained this. They never explained this. Why is this happening? And like I found that there were some like weird plot holes or some things that to me was just kind of unsatisfying. It's like interesting, but it's still a good movie. I still like the movie. I mean,
I think your biggest critique was the ending. That was your biggest thing. You did not like the ending.
Yeah, the ending. I thought. Yeah, no, I think that was my biggest critique.
Yeah, that was your big critique.
Because you gave that one a 10, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what held me a point lower than you, because like I think the ending was
and I agree with you. I said like I enjoyed everything else so much that I excuse it because it is, but it's like one of the things where like you gotta be honest, bro. Like not everyone can view a movie like us.
Is that in your top 10, by the way?
My personal one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My personal one.
So okay. You want to recommend Long Legs? Another one I want to give a shout out to. Oh, obviously, The Substance. I know you guys have seen it. I have not seen it. I haven't had the time. And that is why it's not in like the nominees list. But you guys have seen it. Mario, I know you said you liked it as well. Like it was good, but it wasn't spectacular. Mario, you said when we were talking that you also thought it was good, but then they dragged on. I think you said the same thing, Hav. But I think you said the third act is where like, okay, now I'm starting to see why people are loving this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Because it being a body horror movie,
Yeah.
you do get a lot of elements of body horror, but really it's amplified
Gotcha.
by the third act.
That goes crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, no, like, Hector,
And it relates to the whole theme of like body dysmorphia and
yeah, bro. Like, I
Trying-
almost
yeah, I know
want
what
to
you mean.
pop on the last 10 minutes for you to
no,
watch.
I'm gonna watch it my own time.
I know, but it's almost like that's how.
I personally
listen. I'm saying it's that fucked. I almost want to just show you so that you could see what the fuck we're.
but it's lit.
It's
it's fucked, but it's lit. Like,
And
oh,
Hector
shit.
really likes that shit, so I think he's really gonna give it an 8. Because I gave it a 7. I think you gave it a 7.
I gave it a
think,
7.
I think he would give his one an 8.
You both of you guys said it dragged in the first half, I think.
I'll say the
And so like
middle
I
for
feel
me,
like
yeah.
when it comes to certain stuff like that, I tend to kind of agree with you guys sometimes. More so like, with you, Mario. So if you said that, I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'll agree. But yeah, it's something I want to check out myself. But I want to, I for sure want to mention the movie just because, I mean, I think it was a top-rated horror film, like on Letterboxd, and it won it had some bunch of Golden Globe nominations as well.
Yeah.
And another honorable mention that I want to bring up is The Brutalist, right? Which it won Best Picture of the year.
I'm bummed, bro.
Dude, and like, oh my God, I wanted to watch it because that's up my alley. Like what Hav said, like those type of movies aren't his, just like with Killers of the Flower Moon. I think I kind of like those movies now. Like,
Yeah,
I
same here.
kind of want to
Same.
dive into like a more grounded type of world and
Yeah.
actually be immersed, like with Killers of the Flower Moon
Where
or
there's
like
not
Oppenheimer.
There's not a lot of action.
Yeah,
but the way
or like
they,
sci-fi shit, right?
Like, no, not even that. Just like it's a grounded film where
Exactly,
it's set here on
yeah.
Earth, but it's the writing, it's the pressure
Yeah.
they have in the story, how interesting it is, the characters, their
And what-
performances.
And what pisses me off, man, it came out in late December.
Yeah.
And obviously it was crunch time. We're
Yep.
celebrating the holidays. I was not able to catch it. The only show times were deep Chicago, bro. Like,
Yeah,
fucking,
I know.
I'm not going to drive 50 minutes away, bro, to watch a fucking,
Movie.
to catch a movie. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck. I checked the links, the website, bro. The only version of it they have is a shitty fucking version
Yeah.
of some dude
We're gonna have to wait.
recording, and the reason why is because it's not in any of the
Yeah.
streaming platforms yet. So as soon as that shit drops, I'm gonna watch it.
Same
and,
here.
And I hope it's okay. It's kind of weird because I'm gonna say, I hope I don't like it.
yeah.
And the reason why is because if I fucking love it, I'm gonna
I'm
be
a-
like, damn, this my list and like the HRV Awards to me, at least my half, is kind of like a waste. Like fuck.
Well, at least you can
'Cause,
change
like,
your
what if
personal
that's
list.
my movie of the year?
Yeah, I
You feel
know.
me? Like you never know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do want to bring that up just because of
You're a
Brutalist.
hoe. I'm the same way with
What?
X-Men '97. If y'all would have watched it, I would have. It
Hey,
could have
man.
been on the official list. Like, deal with it.
I know.
What the hell?
man.
I'm in the same boat as you.
But yeah, but I'm not. But yeah, you said deal with it. I am dealing with it. What do you mean? I'm just saying it sucks.
But he's like,
I just said it
he's
sucks,
"No,
bro. Yo, Javi's acting like I'm gonna play back time and be like
Change lists.
be like Echo from fucking Arcane and turn back time and shit. What? No, I'm gonna deal with it. Like,
yeah, I
I'm
love-
just
I love
all
the
I'm
re-
saying. It's gonna suck.
I love
Oh,
that
well.
we're making arcane references now.
Yeah, right. Nah, he wants to sleep with Echo, boy. You want to sleep with Echo, boy?
Hey man, they did him so dirty.
While
bro.
wearing Echo and
They did
Limited.
Echo so dirty though, man.
What'd he do?
Like it's like
Oh,
his outcome. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad, but like,
Dude,
man,
what'd
I
you
feel
think
bad for
of
my boy.
Jinx, bro? The other version of Jinx? I kind of like that Jinx, bro. Like a normal Jinx. Like, all right, bro, I fuck with you.
That's what would have happened. When I found out that V died in that one, I was like, wow. So in this world, V died, bro.
Yeah.
That was
But I'm gonna be
crazy.
okay. But going back to him, I'm gonna be real. If I saw X-Men '97, I probably would like it a lot. But I don't know if it'd be. I really love Shogun, man. I think Shogun
Yeah,
would still
same
would have
here.
been my.
Like,
My
to be honest,
number
with
one.
you,
Oh,
the fact
I
that-
don't care if it wouldn't
Yeah.
be number one.
Oh,
Just
Oh,
anywhere.
just in anywhere. Well,
it's in the nominees.
it's in it's in your personal.
Yeah, it's in your
list.
personal list. You're gonna
He
get
would
to-
he
you're
would
gonna get to
if
that.
he watched it, he would have put it in his
right,
personal.
and it's personal. But he's saying
Yeah.
like, fuck, it would have been like in the list if we had all seen it too.
Yeah, I know what you.
Oh, and the shows, probably. I mean, wait. What do we have in the shows? It probably would have. What's it called? Replace Squid Game.
Yeah, it probably would have. It was
The
that
rest
good.
is solid for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fallout, The Bear, season 3. Like those, I think Shogun, The Penguin, The Bear, season 3. Those were all 10s for me, bro. Like those are solid. And then Fallout, I think it was a 9. Squid Game is the only one that was 8. And if we fuck with X-Men like that, then yeah, it would have been Squid Game that would have been out.
Yeah.
But who knows how far they'll rank it. But anyway, those are some honorable mentions. I guess I'll go through my. Did you already give your personal list of movies? No, you didn't.
we
Okay,
haven't.
no one. Okay, I'll go
ahead.
first. my personal list of movies is the same thing as the nominees. You know, I don't have anything that I guess preferred than what was on the nominees. So at number 10 spot, I have Alien Romulus. Number 9, I have Transformers 1. At number 8, I have Inside Out 2. Number 7, I have Furiosa. Number 6, I have Nosferatu. And number 5, I have Flow. And number 4, I have Dune Part 2. You're listening, Mario?
Yeah.
At number 4, I have Dune Part 2. At number 3, I have Late Night with the Devil. At number 2, I have Deadpool and Wolverine. And number 1, my number 1, is the WoW Robot. Amen. And here's the thing: it was tough.
I love that you put an animated movie at number 1, bro. That's showing growth.
Hey, bro, isn't that crazy? No, listen. At first, obviously, when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm like, "Yo, this shit lit as fuck." That's my number 1, cowgirl. But then I was like, "Hold on a second. And you kind of sit back and like, you know what? It was great, but there are some things that it's just I don't think it'd be up there with those types of movies, especially the WoW Robot, which I really like. And the thing that I guess does kind of bug me is with Doom Part 2, I only saw it that one time, and I know I had my issues with it because I didn't know what was going on because there was no subtitles and whatever. And I regret not watching it again. I will. It is what it is. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. I won movie of the year on the pod. But I feel like if I did watch it again with subtitles in my comfort of my own home, it probably would be up there. It'd probably be at maybe 1 or number 2 spot. Not gonna lie. But because I didn't, and I went with how I felt when I first saw it, number 4. I put Doom Part 2 there. And Late Night with the Devil, man. Hey, man, that shit fire as fuck. That's all I gotta say. But I also want to talk about some movies. So Transformers 1, dude, was really fucking good. And that's a movie that I wish we reviewed.
I wanted to see it. I remember.
Yeah, I know, but we skipped out on it, dude.
I forgot why, but it was something. There was a reason why.
But Transformers 1 was really good. I wish we reviewed that. Flow was actually really good as well. I wish we reviewed that as well. Do you want to give Transformers 1 since we did not review that movie? Do you guys want to give like a little thing of what you guys liked, disliked, and the rating?
I'll keep again short and simple. I'll give that. I forgot what I gave it. I think it was an 8 or 9. I forgot exactly, but I remember not giving it a 10. It wasn't a 10. But it was an 8 or 9. But I remember when I really liked the comedy in it. For what it is, I think that comedy fits that theme that they were going for in the movie. Yeah. I love seeing the story between Optimus and Megatron and how they were best friends at first and how we see it now in the live action movies and even in the animated shows. That was cool. I love the animation. I think it was also really cool. It made me really wish, I really wish I saw this in Dolby. And that shit would have been raw to see. The fight scenes were also really cool. When I first heard that fucking Thor was gonna be the voice of Optimus, I was a little bit concerned because I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work, bro. Like I'm gonna hear Thor, I'm not gonna hear Optimus. But as that movie went on, I was like, you know what, I can buy him as this. All right, thank God. But no, overall, it's in I remember being very surprised by how much I enjoyed it. And I think that's my biggest takeaway is that you will be surprised by how good this is. Because when going in, I'm like, this is probably, even though I was interested in it, I thought it was gonna be very kiddie.
Oh absolutely.
But surprisingly, no. And that's why I thought it was my biggest surprise in terms of like how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, we put it on we're like, okay, bet, like let's just watch a movie we missed this year. And Mario and I saw it together and we're like, damn, this is actually pretty fire. Yeah. Like, this is actually a pretty damn good movie.
Yep.
What about you, Hav? What would your quick thoughts in the rating for Transformers?
I would rate this movie an 8.
Yeah.
And I thought the movie was also well done. I will say I don't think I vibed with the comedy at the first maybe 20 minutes of the movie because it was everything I had feared when I saw the trailer. I was like, it's too kiddie for me. But then once they started kind of getting into like the part where like they meet up with that one prime robot and he fills them in on the story and you find out the truth, that's kind of where the story started to pick up for me. The voice acting was a little like, I was kind of like, Mario, like really, like Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, what? But like they fit the roles, like, and then eventually by the end and stuff, like you do sort of like buy into like the voice actors and stuff like that. I did think the animation was really good. I thought the action scenes were really good. I thought everyone did a good job as their own Autobots and stuff like that. I liked the story that they told about how Optimus Prime and Megatron kind of like fell off with each other and stuff like that. That's really cool. And I bought by the end of the movie each of their transformation, one being Optimus Prime, the other one being becoming Megatron and stuff. And I have a feeling, I mean, it just kind of depends. I have a feeling that there's a chance that we might get a sequel.
Oh yeah.
And if we do get a sequel, I mean, I'd be interested to see how they're going to go about it. Maybe we might see the fall of Cybertron. We're going to see the fall of their planet, like that's how they come to Earth type shit. I'd have to like see how that goes down, but I thought it was really well done.
Oh, and also too, Mario, there was an end credit scene.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, and like we didn't know like once the movie was over because we watched it. I think where did we watch it?
The movie here.
Yeah, but like what was it on? Like a platform? It was on Amazon Prime, I think.
I believe so.
And we just cut it off, but like no, there was an actual end credit scene. Nothing crazy. It was just Megatron like showing his like his
symbol?
the Decepticon.
Decepticon.
The Decepticon shit and that basically that's just how it happened. But I agree with everything you guys said. I would give it I think an 8 out of 10. Personally, Mario and I actually fuck with the comedy. Like even you said it from the first 20 minutes, bro. I think the first scene we actually laughed.
We laughed.
Well, he's like, "Oh yeah, watch this," and he's just like,
that was funny.
He
and then he goes like that.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, but I think the rest, I think Mario and I like had a chuckle, and it was. I think it was a good time, man. I think the Transformers 1 is a good balance of like the comedy and also trying to incorporate more serious tones and themes, which I really did like. So yeah, Transformers 1 is definitely a great movie. 8 out of 10. And another one as well, Mario, you want to talk a little bit about Flow? I know Javi you haven't seen Flow yet. But
Flow is a movie that
spoilers,
I recently...
I don't know if Javi will ever see it.
I know. Flow is a movie that I recently finished, I think like maybe like 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
French
I forgot.
movie.
Where that's... I remember saying like, I think it's in French. No, it was made by French people.
Yeah, it was made by French people.
Yeah, I had it confused. And they did a phenomenal job, man. It's an animated movie about a cat who goes on this journey. I'll just keep it simple as that, right? So it kind of just throws you in there. Like something I give you is that the world is like different from ours. So you can tell like humans were definitely a part of it, but something happened where it's different. The humans aren't there anymore, and there's no words. Absolutely no words are spoken at all. It's purely just seeing this cat go on his adventure, and he meets different types of animals. And the one thing that I really did fuck with is that how they're able to pull out emotions out of you with no words being spoken. Just by actions, and you can tell what certain characters are doing, like the dog. I'm like, oh, I know what Tropy is. The beaver, he's the lazy old grandpa dude who's like friendly towards everyone. He's looking out for you. You know, every animal has their certain characteristics, and the fact that you can make that out without a words being spoken, I mean, it's props towards the people who worked on the movie. It's very satisfying. It's kind of mystical in a sense, at certain points, and I like that aspect of it. I love the message it was sending. It's very heartfelt in my opinion. But no, man, overall it's a great adventure. I think the runtime is perfect. I think it's an hour 30. I think right, or something so, like that. Yeah. So it's not even. I think the runtime's perfect. The pacing is perfect. Overall, it was a great watch.
It reminds me of what Hav expected from the WoW robot, where like it's just a robot, no dialogue, and trying to adapt to its environments and stuff. And that's what Flow is. Yeah. So like, it's not spoilers. It's part of the synopsis. Like this weird this apocalypse is happening in the world, where like the entire world is like flooding, and so this cat is there just trying to survive and adapt to its environment, and we see them go through adventures, meeting other animals, and to try to survive together and shit. And I guess I could definitely see why it wasn't best animated, you know, because although, like I said this to you guys before, although when you look at the movie and the animation as a whole, it's nothing like Pixar or like anything groundbreaking, right? But is definitely different and definitely innovating and quite like charming. Like, okay, it's kind of, it reminds me of like with those old school cartoon movies, like from Barbie, or like, I don't know how to explain it. The animation's like,
I think I know what you're talking about, bro.
I can't think of it, but it's shit that I've seen before, you know? It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's like, oh shit, it reminds me of like this.
It's been a while since we've seen it.
Yeah, you know? And even though like the animation isn't like as profound, the background and the environment that you're in, it's like animated differently. I don't know how to explain it. It's like really fucking cool.
The first shot, it's a shot like I don't really see a lot of animated movies. Remember, it's like the cat just like running, but it's like right in front of it. And it's like you're like kind of walking back in front of so like shots and stays in
Yeah.
front of the cat, and like shots like that. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen a shot like that done
Yeah.
in animated before.
Yeah.
So it was like cool.
But I definitely agree with what you said too about the different types of animals and how it's able to portray an actual like thought-provoking story without any dialogue. And there's a lot of themes, bro, in this movie that, and I could see why like the critics loved it, because it's one of those things where if you're not like paying attention, or if not like, I guess, what do I say? What's the word I'm looking at? Like if you're not movie literate, I don't know what the fuck the term is, but like
Yeah.
if these themes could like pass over your head,
Yeah.
you know. But clearly a lot of things happen for like a specific reason, like that mystical scene that happened,
Yeah.
that was a lot of symbolism. The way I took it personally, at least, was that was just that animal like accepting its fate,
Dude. Yeah.
right?
Same way.
Okay, and so it kind of plays on morality of like how different beings and people handle apocalypse and handle like certain situations. Some people might just accept it. Some people are going to keep fighting to survive. And another theme is, no matter who you are, everyone has that primal instinct of survival. And and even if you, I don't know, dislike each other, or you guys aren't compatible, you guys will do whatever you guys can in order to survive and actually, you know, try to communicate with others
And work together.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's a lot of themes packed in here, and that I really do like, especially with with hopelessness. With hopeness. No, it's not even a word.
Hopefulness?
Hopefulness. I'm
Yeah.
tweaking. And I think you might have missed it. There was an end credit scene.
No way. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
No. What the fuck?
There's an end credit scene, and it ties back to hopeful.
Oh
like,
my
shit.
god.
And yeah, you got to go back and watch it.
Tell me it, because
Well,
I
I
don't.
can't, because I don't know if you're
Cover
gonna
your-
watch it. Are
cover
you gonna
your-
watch it?
Probably.
Fuck.
It's so yeah. It's the end credit scene shows like, oh shit, like it's
It gives hope.
Exactly.
I'll
Type
YouTube
shit.
it.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
probably find
bro.
it on there or
Fucking
whatever.
bitch.
But anyway, it has all these different themes, man, and I'm like, holy shit, I get it. But I do understand why maybe some people might not like it, because there's no dialogue, bro. You're
There's
just seeing
that.
fucking animation,
And
people,
it's one. You always gotta remember with
and the
animated
animation
project-
too. The animation's like,
Well, that's the thing. Another thing what people might not watch is that it's animated.
That's true.
People just don't take animated shit seriously, bro.
That's true.
Just
And
that's sad
especially
reality.
like the type of animation,
Yeah.
because it's not like Pixar. It's not the Wow Robot.
Yeah.
Like hell no.
Uh-huh.
Hell no. When you watch this movie, you'll be like, yo, what is this, like this PS3 shit? Like, you know.
The way I look at it, bro, is I never judge animation, because like
Nah.
they when it comes to animation and how people how TV people or movie people choose, like how they choose like the type of animation they want to do. I always look at it like, okay, they're doing this on purpose for the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah.
Because it helps portray the theme, it helps portray the overall message of whatever it is they're making.
Like it's like I said, it's not groundbreaking or impressive, but like it's definitely innovative, because like I've seen it before, but then
Impactful, maybe?
there are some things that I haven't seen before. It's like I don't know how to explain it, man. It has like a unique charm, like distinct thing, and I was like,
That's
oh shit,
true.
like
Yeah.
okay, I kind of fuck with this, man. But I only mention it because I know some people do care about that. You know,
Yeah, I
some
know.
people just they wouldn't care, like, oh, there's no dialogue. I'm not really interested in those type of movies.
It's animated. I
It's
don't watch it.
animated,
I don't take animated
or
shit
if,
seriously.
or if the animation's outdated in their
that too,
perspective,
yeah.
it's like I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't fuck with it. But anyway, yeah, I would give Flow. I think I gave Flow.
You told me a 10.
Yes,
I gave it a 9.
You gave it a 9. I'm giving Flow a 10, man. And
It says that Flow was made on Blender.
oh, see, that makes sense. That makes sense, man. I know what Blender is. I have a brother who likes to edit, and he like Blender is legit. Like you can make 3D models and like and a bunch of shit on Blender. It's crazy,
cool.
but it's obviously animated.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I could definitely see that. But anyway, yeah, I do think Flow is a 10, man, and just because they're the way they're like what you said, bro. They're able to paint this picture and characters with no dialogue. I love, man, the themes that they're going for, because it's such a friendly, inviting type of movie, but the themes are like dark and grounded, and it's like, whoa, like it really opens up your mind to things. So I do think it's an essential movie that you guys should probably check out once in your lifetime, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my list, my personal list. Who wants to go next on their personal list?
You have? Or I should
You want to go next, Hav? On your personal?
Let me pull it up. Yes, I got it right here.
All right, cool. Your personal
So
list.
at number 10, I have Twisters.
Cool.
At number 9, I have Transformers 1. At number 8, I have Boy Kills World.
Yep.
At number 7, I have Civil War.
Okay.
At number 6, I have Inside Out 2.
Ooh, nice.
Number 5, Late Night with the Devil.
Yep.
Number 4, The Wild Robot.
Okay.
Number 3, Nosferatu.
Ooh, okay, that's up there. Yep.
And
Yeah,
number
he really
2,
liked it, man.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh,
And number 1, Dune Part 2.
All right.
there we go.
All right, bet.
What about you, Amaro?
And at 10, okay, for my personal list, I had Furiosa at 10. I had Transformer 1 at 9. Flow at 8. Inside Out at 7. Inside Out 2 at 7, my bad. 6, I had Nosferatu. At 5, I had Deadpool and Wolverine. 4, I had Long Legs. 3, I had Late Night with the Devil. 2, I had The Wild Robot.
Wait, he said 4 he had long legs?
That's
Yeah.
pretty high.
You crazy as fuck.
The-
Have you seen it yet?
No, but I remember
Got
you.
to.
Yeah. At 2, I had
gotta
The
see
Wild
it, man.
Robot. And then at 1, I had Dune. So my top 3 was like the HRV. top
Maybe I'm
3.
wrong, huh?
Dune-
Maybe you might
Dune
be like,
Part-
yo, Hector, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I already know how it ends. I saw it on TikTok.
What? Dead
Oh, hey,
eyes?
yo, speaking
Yeah.
of TikTok.
What? Oh,
Today-
TikTok getting banned?
Today's the last day. It goes away
Isn't that
tomorrow.
crazy, man? Fuck.
It goes away tomorrow, man.
All our hard work,
That's-
man, that we did.
I know. Hey, man, we still got IG and YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
And then I won at
Unfortunately.
Dune Part 2.
Number 1 with Doom Part 2. Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck, man. TikTok is leaving, man. Sorry, guys. You won't be able to find us on TikTok anymore. I don't know. Well, maybe. I have a friend who's overseas.
Oh, yeah.
And I spoke with him, and he said, "Dude, don't sweat it. I can manage everything. Just send me the clips, and I'll post them for you."
oh,
So we might do that.
to all our U.S. listeners, sucks. But our worldwide listeners,
Yeah,
y'all,
worldwide,
Y'all stay
y'all
lit. Y'all
working
stay
it.
connected. Y'all stay tapped in.
So you'll stay
unfortunately,
lit.
so yeah, we just have to see what happens. But anyway, okay, just a quick recap, right? For HRV podcast Game of the Year of 2024, that is Metaphor ReFantasio, and for TV series of the year, that is Shogun, and then movie of the year for HRV podcast, that is Dune Part 2. And with that being said, I think that's everything.
Yep.
Right? That's pretty much everything to the HRV Awards. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know what was your favorite movie, your top 10 list. What was your movie of the year, game of the year, and TV series of the year? Let us know in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.
See ya.